This is my intention. Very good initiative. I will do something for you. I think Madam Minal was teaching you, no, regarding the marriage and all.
Yes, sir. Meenal ma'am has taken that topic.
I know that something. I will check up and I will let you know which are the complex things. I will give it to you. Okay? In the write up only, I will write in the PDF form and I will submit it in our group only so that everybody can use it. Okay? Will it be okay?
Yes, sir.
It
Thank
will
you,
be
sir.
helpful for all only. That is the intention. Okay. Okay. We will start our session. Already we are late for 30 minutes. With the prayer only we will start. वक्रतुंड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देवो सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा श्रीमन्महागणपतये नमो नमः सर्वमंगलमांगल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यंबके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते नमो देव्ये महादेव्ये शिवायै सततं नमः नमः प्रकटरायै निहतां ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरु साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री सद्गुरुवे नमः ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय हरि ओम. Okay. Today, so far we have discussed in a length regarding Argala, various types of Argala, which is a very prime subject from the, and that is useful for deciphering the fruits of the dasha. Another important thing today I want to discuss is one more lagna. So far we are referring to our lagna itself, ascendant. So I am introducing myself. Aruda lagna. Okay? Aruda lagna. I think 2-3 topics I wanted to propose. Let me see which were proposed by me. Is Aruda lagna, some are Rajyogas, Dasha. Rajyogas are not so difficult to understand, but Dasha is more important. Arud Lagna, Dasha are complicated problems. Okay, let us see. Rajoga is a combination. Yoga means combination of the two planets, two good planets. Okay, that is easy. I will give it. Dasha is more important, and we have got number of dashas. So far, I think Icas in this particular course has given Sar Dasha, Shula Dasha, Fix Dasha, like this. They have most Dasha. Let me see. Which dasha, because I know all the dashas and there are various chapters or various view school of thoughts. I will explain other school of thoughts also. It will help in your day-to-day life. But when you are dealing with Icas, you give the Icas as proposal. Okay? Okay. Arud Lagna. Aruda means mounting on. What is the meaning of the Arud? The mounting of. You are having the notes also. Okay. This is I think today's yesterday's Kundali. I think will make it Rashi. I will make it as normal. It will be helpful. Understand the subject. Normal Rashi. This first November 25 Kundali and current Kundali I think 2251 was the time. Rashi. Forget about date and all these things. Just understand the subject or the concept. Aruda means mounting on, or another way of thinking is image of a person in the society as regards various aspects of life. Okay, it can be regarding your marriage life, it can be regarding your karmas in the 10th house or service life, can be related to your behavior in your siblings. All these things are there. Okay, 9th house of dharma, how much you are dutiful or follower of the dharma. is the relationship with your father. All these things can be narrated with, and what is your image in the society at large. In the introduction only, I told you the image in the society is very important. Because truths are delivered to you by the society depending on your image in the society. Okay. I have given you the example also in the service for getting the packages in the service regarding remuneration and all these things. I have told you how the interview team, the company assess you as regards your image, and they make the image based on your colleges where you have the education. So this is the image. Actuality may be different. Image is a different. Your image in the marriageal life very important in the society. Consider that his wife or his or her marriage life is good or may not be good. In the eyes of the society. Reality can be different. Particularly in education field, if you see your upliftment or in the service, the price or um, promotions and all these things are based on your image in the service career or education. So many scholarships you are getting. Actuality, intelligence is the actuality, and your intelligence is considered by the society where you get the rewards. Okay, this is education part. But very important is how to, among all, you can have the image as regards all the 12 houses. They all 12 houses indicate some aspect of your life. For example, 12th life gives aspects about your what I will say is investment portfolio. Eighth house transformation. Okay, research, all these things. Ninth house for dharma, seventh house for marriage, sixth house for your enmity or a routine work. Fifth house for your children or followers if the service is considered. These things are there. Fourth house for your behavior in the domestic life. These things are there. So this particular all the 12 houses gives create your image, and the pada from that image is examined for the image consideration. Among them is the most important is the image created by the lagna, because lagna is pursued a lot by the society. Your personality is pursued, your image is pursued, your intelligence is pursued. What type of person you are will be assessed. Okay, all they come from the lagna itself. Okay, lagna indicate the reality, whereas arud path of the lagna indicates the image created by that uh, person in the society at large. So one thing is always confirmed that pada or the arud indicates your society image. This is the most important. Society can be anywhere. If you are doing the service, society at large, in the company where you work, in the institution where you work. If it is the fourth house, your domestic life. Second house, your family life or any other matter. Okay. Third house regarding the sibling. Fifth house regarding the sons or your followers, or all these things are there. So the most important is any query you want to ask?
Sir, do you want to share the screen also? I mean, the PPT screen, or are you just
I
sharing
mean,
your? Okay.
okay. This I will share. This I will share. This is more important. Huh? I will share it. No,
No, I was
yes,
just
correct.
curious, as in if
Correctly
you're reading
pointed
the
out.
PPT. Yeah.
Correctly pointed out. Okay. I will give the sharing instruction to this particular computer. Now you must see. You can see this image. Okay, you see this?
Yes, sir. But
Now the Kundali you can see.
yes, sir, we can see the
Yes.
chart.
This is today's Kundali. Let us go to the topic. Lagna's Arud is the most important. What I was stating here is Lagna's Arud is important. Every house is lorded by some planet. Okay, Bhav Chalit has got no place in the Jaimini astrology, but I generally create the Bhav Chalit for the purpose of comparison between the Parashara astrology together with Jaimini. Okay, but this is a simple technique of the Jaimini which I am narrating now. Any house lorded by any house, person, or a planet, planet is a personification. Remember in this way. Planet is a personification. He draws the energy from his house about which he is a lord. For example, particularly ascendant. Here, ascendant is lorded by moon and is placed into the 8th house. Here, houses we are counting. For the purpose of Arun, we are counting the houses from Lagna, and it is always direct counting, means zodiacal counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, Rashi wise. Okay. 4 means after 4 it will be 5, then 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. Okay. For the purpose of calculation of all aruds. All aruds. There are different systems. Why I am mentioning here? Because there are different systems of calculation or counting of the houses. From Lagna, the Lord is the moon. It is placed into the 8th house, and where the Arud will go. Arud, counting is one part. Counting is a very important part. Here, I will give a simple system first, then the complex system as advocated by other scholars. But this first system I am advocating for the purpose of Icas. Remember this. Icas uses this system. Dr. B.V. Raman uses this system. Dr. K.N. Rao uses this system. So many other scholars use this system. Okay. Here we are not, while calculating the Arud, we are not using the exceptions. I will tell what are the exceptions. Okay. For the simple technique I am using here, which you can follow in your Icas system. Okay. From Lagna, the Lord is placed into the 8th house. That means you count from that Lord the same number of houses. That is, it will be the 3rd house from the 8th house. Because moon is placed into the 8th house from the ascendant, the house about which the ascendant Arud is to be calculated. Then from moon, you go again eight houses ahead. You will be getting the 3rd house, and the Arud Lagna will be placed there. That means the actualization of the Lagna is the Karka Rashi or Cancer Rashi in the Lagna itself. But the Arud Lagna of the person is placed into the 3rd house, that is Kanya Rashi. Okay. One important point I am mentioning here is that all sorts of achievements, praise, remunerations, rewards in your life are judged from the even joining of the service. Okay, even death also. In case of Shul Dasha, in case of death also. Why death? I will explain that. Arud Lagna is very important point in the Jaimini astrology, where Jaimini only has created this concept. Okay? So the Arud Lagna will be in the 3rd house of the Kundali or in this house. That means man or a person is pursued, will be in how he will be pursued, will be indicated by a Kanya Rashi, not by Karka Rashi, which is the actual ascendant. In the ascendant, you find Jupiter as exalted, whereas in Cancer or Kanya Rashi, you find Venus, a soft planet only, but he is debilitated. Okay. So the image changes. Here is pursued as the highest spiritual knowledge. He can be pursued as a higher spiritual knowledge. But since Venus is debilitated, he can be pursued in the society as related to your, something related to your. It is a soft planet still, since he is debilitated. It can be pursued as something regarding ladies or marriage year or opposite sex related things. Okay. You can see here this particular Arud Lagna is aspected by all the common Rashis because common Rashi is the Arud Lagna. So, which are the common Rashis here? The Dhanu is there, Pisces is there, and Mithun is there. Okay. So, Saturn is aspecting, particularly see the planets. Saturn is a planet of hard worker, but he is Vakri, and to whom he is aspecting Venus in this particular case. That means Venus is tormented by Saturn, although they are friends. As regards marriage life and his image as regards Venus will be tormented by the Saturn. So image is considered in the Arud Lagna. I will explain that afterwards. First, you remember the concept. Interpretation and application, I will tell you afterwards. Like this, every house had got the image. Okay. Second house got the image regarding the family life. Third house got the image regarding the sibling, his persuasion or his aggression, all sorts of. Fourth house gives the image about his domestic life, mother, so many things. Fifth house like that. How it should be, they should be calculated in the similar way. I will take the case of the third house itself. Okay. Third house is lorded by Mercury. Where is placed? He is placed 3 houses away from that particular Rashi. That is 6, 7, and 8 Rashi will be having the Mercury. That means 3 houses away from the Kanya Rashi. So again you count the 3 Rashi, including that particular Rashi, including, remember this, including this. That means Vrishik, Dhanu, and the Makar. That is the third Rashi or a Capricorn, we can say. It will be the 7th house. Then the Pada of the third house will be in the 7th house. Okay. This is the calculation method. Okay. This is the first part of calculation of the Arud Lagna as per the Icas system. Okay. 5th house has got Arud Pada. See here the difference. I wanted to tell you this particular thing. 2 Rashis from the, this concept is only emerged in the Jaimini Sutra. 2 Rashis, namely Vrishik and Kumbha or Aquarius has got 2 lords. All other Rashis have got only 1 lord. Okay, all other Rashis. There are 12 Rashis and only Aquarius and the Scorpio has got 2 lords. Scorpio has got Mars as well as Ketu. Whereas Aquarius has got 2 lords, namely Saturn and Rahu. Okay. Calculation of the Arud depends on these 2 planets, placement and the strength of these 2 planets. Okay. Let us examine that. This is the very important thing about the Arud. I will let me give me the thing itself regarding Arud, the circular itself. Forget about the Arud. Arud Bhavas. Arud Pada. Find here. I will. Why I wanted to teach with the slide is that I know all, but it will help you to understand your PPTs also. Okay. How to calculate? Find the Lord of the Rashi of this house. Count how many signs is away from the house, and count the same number of signs from the placement of the house Lord. The resultant sign will be the Arud Pada of the house. Of the house can be of the ascendant, it can be of the second house, it can be third. Example is also given. The terminology is given here. Lagna Arud will be indicated as Arud Pada of the Lagna or Arud Lagna. Simple. Arud Lagna. Second house pada is known as the Kosha Lagna or Dhana Lagna. Dhana Arud. Dhana Arud. Then third is Vikram or Bhatru Arud. Okay. Fourth is your Matru Arud. Okay. Vahan Arud, Sukha Arud. Then there are a number of ways of terminology. Shatra Arud from the fifth house. Shatru Arud from the sixth house. Ma or Kalatra or is from the seventh house. Mrityu Arud is known as a for the eighth house. Pitru Arud or Bhagya Arud. Why Pitru Arud? Because Bhagya is given by your father. Remember this. Bhagya or the ninth house is indicated by sun. Is the Karaka of that. So Pitru Arud means the father will be indicated by the is known as a Pitru Arud because Bhagya is indicated by the ninth house. So if you suffix a, that is Arud, some says a. In this instant case, I have indicated as A9, A10, 10 for 10th house. Simple to understand. A9, Arud for the 9th house. A7, Arud for the 7th house. A11, Arud for the 11th house of Labha Arud. And 12 has got two names. And the second name is very important. That is UL. UL means Upapada Lagna. This particular Lagna is referred to for the purpose of marriage. For the purpose of marriage. Remember this. UL is also known as a Gauna Lagna. Gauna Lagna. Some in classic, somewhere it is also written as Gauna Lagna. Pradhan Lagna or main Lagna is the Arud Lagna, and Gauna Lagna will be UL. There are various systems of calculation, but I have given you the system which is indicated by our Icas. Okay, Dr. B.B. Raman has given very simple system. So the UL will be useful for deciding the marriage life. Okay. So this is a story. Dhana Arud, Vikram Arud, names I have given. Okay. Here I am working it for you only. This is same Kundali I have taken. Now, use of Arudapada. Very important. This is the reflection. I have told you, reflection. Some considered it as a reflection or mounting of the original house. When you see in the mirror, you see your own image in the mirror. That mirror image is also known as Arudapada, mirror image. So there are various names given in the Jaimini. Mirror image, Arudapada, then some considered is as in other various names. But the intention is the same. Okay? The reflection of that house, reflection of the Lagna will be known as Arud Lagna. Reflection of the Lagna is known as Arud Lagna. Reflection of the second house is known as the A2. A2 means Aruda of the second house. Like this. Okay. This can be used for the three important purposes. Establishing the relationships of the houses and various other bhavas. Here, I will give one example. They are more important. See here Aruda Lagna is placed into the third house. So relationship, how you can check? Lagna house is related to the third house. Because it is an image. Third house is the image. So Arud Lagna is an image and the actual is a Lagna, ascendant. And it is linked to the third house. That means a person has to be of the nature of the third house. Has to be of the nature of the third house. What is the nature of the third house? Aggressive. In regard to something. It can be various purposes you can check. Okay. Establishing the relations of the houses and various other bhavas. Third is a bhava and house is Lagna. Okay. It can be used in timing of events. In case of a Tsara Dasha, for example, The Arud Lagna can be used for the purpose of getting impacts about the ascendant. That means, Arud Lagna is also considered along with the ascendant for the ascertaining of the impacts on the life of a person. On the life of a person. This is what is known. Example, when Saturn is aspecting to the third house Arud, and who else is aspecting on the Lagna itself is a Mars and Mercury. Mars, Mercury, Moon, Rahu. That is, Lagna is also aspected by Mars, the malefic, Rahu as a malefic, Maranakaraka Moon, okay, and the Arud Lagna is also aspected by Saturn, which is another malefic. That means his nature, although is looked as Jupiter nature, but actually he is of a malefic nature. First, it is aspected by Rahu, uh, it is aspected by Saturn, and the Lagna itself is aspected by Mars and Rahu. Okay, so Lagna is showing Mars Rahu concepts, and Arud Lagna is using Saturn. Okay, this is very big topic. I will go deep into that.
So just one question. How is
Yes,
Mars aspecting the Lagna?
is placed into the 8 fixed Rashi.
Acha, okay. Acha,
Rashi aspect. Always you
acha,
consider.
and sorry, the mistake I
Yes,
say
sir.
the Parashari
Yes,
hai.
sir. Moon and Rahu are in the fixed Rashi. Mars and Mercury are in the fixed Rashi.
Yeah.
And Taurus doesn't have the planet.
So,
So I am stating here that Jupiter is aspected by Mars and Mercury through the fixed Rashi. And Moon and Rahu are aspecting the Jupiter on the fixed Rashi. Okay. It
sir,
out of yes.
yeah, one more thing. So the way you explain the calculation of the AL, so now if in case the Lord of the Lagna is in the Lagna only,
Then it
then
will
also
be, I'm giving that information. It will be in that house only.
acha, the AL will be in that house only.
Lagna and AL will be in the same house. I am giving this is an part of exceptions where that information I am supposed to give. I will give it.
But so
Don't wait.
why I'm asking is that because
Yes,
in my case,
yes,
my Lord
yes,
Lagna is in the Lagna only, but Jagannath Hora software shows my AL as the
yes.
10th,
I
as a
will
10th.
I will tell you why it is
Okay,
happening.
okay.
Because
Okay.
there they are using the see here preferences if you go
Yeah,
related to calculation you open. Okay.
yeah.
Then you go to the right side. Sarakarak system is coming first, and then you will find Aruda Pada, last but one.
Okay.
Aruda Pada. If you click here, you will find two options. Do not use exceptions. Presently, I am not using any exception. Okay.
Okay.
That means the Lord only place where he is placed, the houses only I am counting. Okay. But
Okay.
use exceptions bolega. If you correct, you select the use exception. That means the exceptions have been given by Parashara also. What are those exceptions? I will explain that first. Then I will go ahead.
Okay. No
Now,
problem. Okay.
okay.
Yeah.
Why it is happened? Abhi, if I made it like this, use exception. Okay, and I will correct it. Okay. Now, have you find any planet in the same Rashi here? Any planet? Sun is not. No. I will check the another Kundali. This Kundali, if it is so. Own Rashi I am searching for. Okay. I will take the another. Jupiter, Saturn, Rahu. See here. Mercury.
Yes, sir, I checked, sir. I did the change in this thing. So now my AL has changed to the same house,
Yes.
Lucknow.
Yes.
Yeah.
You got it now? Why
Yeah,
it is? I want to tell you why.
sure, sir. Yeah.
What are those exceptions? Let me complete that.
Sure, sir. Thank you.
What is that? What is the meaning of that? Why some scholars are using this? This second concept is that, for example, Dr. Sanjay Rath, so many people, others are using this particular exception concept. Even Parashara tells you about the exception. What is that? If the Arud Pad is coming in the same Rashi, wherever it is placed, it should not be Arud Pad, should not be in the same Rashi or the seventh Rashi. From that, seventh Rashi is the mirror image of the Lagna. Let us consider the Lagna only. Here, 2 is the Lagna, that is Taurus, and 8 is the seventh house. Okay, simple technique. The Arud Pad of the 7 or Arud Pad of any house should not be in the same house because it is a mirror image. Mirror image. And the Maya, somebody considered as Maya. Maya should not be the reality. Should not be reality. That is the intention. So if it so happens that the Arud Lagna is or Arud Pada of that Bhava is coming in the same Bhava or Arud Pada is coming into the same ascendant, then count the 10 houses away. Count the 10 houses away, and after reaching to the 10th house, you will get the Arud of that particular Bhava or as Aruda Lagna of the Lagna. Okay, like this. If I will give something, इंदिरा जी का है, इंदिरा जी का होगा, ठीक है. This is Indira ji's Kundali. Okay. Now check the Saturn here, placed over here. And who is the Lord here? Aruda Lagna. Lord is Moon. Lagna Lord is Moon, Cancer Lagna. And it is placed into the 7th house from the Lagna itself. Then, as per our earlier analogy, count 7 more houses from that planet, you will get the Arud. Moon is placed into the 7th Bhava, and counting again the 7 houses, it will reach to the Lagna itself again. That means the Arud Lagna and the Lagna will be the same. Arud Lagna and Lagna will be the same, correct? As per our, if you do not use the exceptions, I will make it both the thing to understand you. Because very important questions you have asked. I am not using any exception here. Huh? Here. Now, the Arud Lagna, where it is appeared now in the program, it is appeared in the Lagna itself. AL. See here. See here. AL is written here. Why? Because Moon is the Lord, he is placed into the 7th house, and counting the same number of houses from Moon will be the Lagna itself. Okay? So the AL is indicated here. AL stands for Aruda Lagna. Okay? That means Lagna and Arud Lagna is the same. This is what the analogy our Icas is using. Icas is using. Okay? It can be applicable to all bhavas. It can be applicable to the all bhavas. Okay? But in case of exceptions, if the Arud Pad is coming in the very house, then count 10 houses again to reach to the Arud Pad. Okay. Now I am again changing this to the exception and I will show it to you. The same thing is happened in your case. Okay. See here. So program is given, you are using it, and as per your analogy, you are using it. Now see here. See here. I'll take one more. See the Arud Pada here. And I'm now, do not use, instead of that, I'm using the exception. Okay. use the exception here. Now it is changing to the 10th house. Why in 10th house? Because I already told you, if it is appearing in the same house, count 10 houses away from that house, you will get the Arud Lagna or Arud Pada of that particular bhava or a house. You got it now?
Yeah, I got it. But as per your opinion, then what should generally be used? Which the exception or not the exception?
I'm telling.
Yeah,
As per the Icas and Dr. K.N. Rao, they are also scholars.
yeah,
They are using without exception. There, that means the Harud itself can be having the Harud Bhava. Okay?
okay.
But as per my case, as per my opinion, or Dr. Sanjay, I am going with Dr. Sanjay Dutt, that it should not be in the same house. It should not be in the same house. It should be in the 10th house away from that particular house. See here, this is a horoscope of Indraji only. You will find Arud Lagna and the Lagna itself. Both you can see now here. Lagna is the ascendant with Karka Rashi and Arud Lagna is in the Mesh Rashi. How was the personality? Can you imagine about her personality?
Yeah, aggressive. She was aggressive.
Very aggressive. Then what is the correct?
Yeah,
AL in Aries.
right.
You are pursuing the, actually she was very gentle. I have met her. Many times I have met her.
Oh, okay.
Yes, because I was working in Reserve Bank of India and I already met him twice.
Oh,
He was very gentle. He was very gentle initially because what is the reality? Saturn in Cancer is the reality. But
yeah.
how she is imagined or pursued is the Aries personality.
Hmm.
She was very dashing. And you see in the day-to-day life also, she was very dashing. When she was going in the outside world, she was very dashing. When she is going in his domestic life, she was very gentle. One thing I wanted to tell here, I observed her that in the night, particularly in the night, the on the dining table, there was a sambhelan, I can say sambhelan, or all the family members were getting together on the dining table to have their dinner at night. So she was having family life. And another thing is that she wanted to have a good family life or good housewife. It was the reality, but ultimately she landed as a Prime Minister of India. As a Prime Minister of India. Remember this. She was cool guy, but she became very aggressive in the society because her personality is really pursued as a Aries personality. Aries personality means Mars personality. Okay, you will get it now. So that is why I have thought that the Arul Lagna with exception will give a suitable personality of the person in the society, because we are thinking about the society. When you are thinking about the Arud, you are thinking about the society. So what is the nature of her? Nature pursued by the society. Pursued by society is a Aries nature, is a Mars. Okay, this is what is the importance of exceptions. So I always use the exception, but in ICAS, while writing the papers and all these things, don't consider it. Even Dr. K.N. Rao is also not using it. Not using it. Okay? It is their perception. As various Jyotishis have given their own way of thinking. Okay? But I am of the opinion that I am thinking. See here, why another thing I am telling you here is AL indicates the personality in the society. UL, that is the Upapada Lagna, that is the Lord indicated of 12th house. Okay, 12th house I already told you is the institution of marriage. Okay, UL indicates the institution of marriage, and here you will find AL and UL is in the 10th house together, and she is having the love marriage. She is having the love marriage. When AL and UL in 6-8 position, your marriage is not a good marriage. Here, this is a UT placed into the 10th house. But 10th house is the background for getting together. for getting together, and she was having the love marriage. Another important thing I am putting here, where you will find the A8, the most important A8, A7, both are together in the fourth house. In the fourth house, so for the political personality, fourth house is the throne house, and you will find A7 and A6 is there. Enmity starts there, A4 and A6. Okay, and where is the A8? Where is the A8? A8 is placed into the, here you cannot see, but it is placed into the sixth house, enmity house, and enmity has killed her. Enmity has killed her ultimately. Okay, so while looking into the pada only, you can imagine so many things that can happen in the life of a person. Here, very important thing. See the A10. See A10. A10 is also into the sixth house. So the enmity is the current. Sixth house indicates the enmity. So enmity is the current or karak for 10th house. Okay, and Rahu is there in the A10, that is other than caste and creed. Okay, Venus, Rahu, all this you can use it in a number of ways. So I am of the opinion that exception shall be used to assess the horoscope, but some considers exceptions are not used. In Icas we are not using the exception, but for in my personal life, when I am predicting so many things, I uses them. I uses both the things, but the prediction given after exception appears to be more correct. Okay, you got the answer now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah.
I've given almost all practically. Okay.
Yeah.
Even
Yes.
see here, A5 also you take. Here I wanted to tell something more about the Vrishik and Kumbha Rashi. They have got two lords. Vrishik has got Ketu, has got the Mars. Then for our Kumbha Rashi has got two lords. One is Saturn, another is Rahu. Okay. Who decides the rule? Who decides? Out of these two, there are rules. Let us go into the rules first. Then we will go ahead. See here. Of the bhavas. Special rules for Rahu and Ketu. Types of Argalas, forget this. Ketu, a planet of 9, counted only from TK. Strength of Argala, it is whether it is given on Aruda Pada, Aruda Bhavas and Lagna, Aruda Bhavas and Lagna, same. Graha Arud. It is not good, but I will tell you. I will tell you the easiest way. Okay?
Sir, it is there. You
Is
missed
there?
it.
Acha.
Yeah, you missed it.
Okay. Where, earlier I have written. I
Yes.
generally don't refer the notes. In case of exceptions only, I refer to the notes can be read, but concept you must know. That is my
Yes.
Argala I already
Sir,
know.
no. I mean, it was previous to that, I think. Special rule for Ketu.
Anyway, I will tell you. Don't
Sir, it was on the 26th page, if I'm not mistaken.
okay. Six, no? Types of Argala, that is. 27 is special rule for Ketu. This is coming from Argala and Virodhian. Okay.
No,
Then
27, sir. 27.
30th.
The 27. If you just type 27 over here on the right side, if you can see there is 37 written. Right above that, there is 36. You write 27 over here. Yes.
Yeah,
Above that.
above that.
Just type
27.
27. 27.
Okay. This is 27. Special rule for Ketu. That is regarding Argala. Forget it. Janet.
Oh, okay.
We will practically we will see. Don't worry. I am not using the notes now, but I am giving to you for the notes. It may be there. I might have written something. Anyway, see here one important thing I have given. Let us consider the Vrishik Rashi or Scorpio Rashi. There are two lords, practically Mars and Ketu. Who will give the Arudha? The planet which is a stronger planet will give the Arudha of that Rashi. Okay. Now, how to check who is? We have already learned about this strength of the Rashi. Okay. I already learned. Now, repeat it again. In this particular case, Mars is there, Ketu is there. Most important thing is that if you consider Mars and Ketu, then Mars with 16 degree, Ketu with 10 degree. Okay, 10 degree. So naturally Mars is stronger. Naturally, degree wise. Another point is that if there is same degree, even in this also I might have given think second I think or make you understand. Second slides I think I have given. I will tell you. I remember that. I'll tell you where it is exactly, so that you can also learn. Okay? In the second slide, when I am giving you the strength of the Rashis and planets, I think it is the second particular thing. Magarak thing, association thing, all these things you can have it. Kendra Bala, planet, Dhruv, Pressure Rashi, all these Indraji. Okay, choose. Instead of searching so many things, I will tell you in a very short way. First, you check the degrees of the planet. First criteria. Rahu and Shani as well as Mars and Ketu. Okay. Now here, if you see, Ketu is having 10 degree, Mars is having 60 degree. So Mars is more having more degrees. So Mars is stronger. Okay. If it is not so, check the strength of the Rashi itself as per the Icas. Rashi is what? Mars is placed into the Leo Rashi and Ketu is placed into the Dvisava or common Rashi. Okay. What we have learned is, Vishnu is stronger than the Shiva. Shiva is stronger than the Brahma. Which is the Vishnu Rashi? Common Rashi is the Vishnu Rashi. Fixed Rashi is the Shiva Rashi. And movable Rashi is the Brahma. Okay. So Mars is placed into the fixed Rashi. So he is Shiva. And Ketu is placed into the common Rashi. That is Vishnu. So Vishnu is stronger than Shiva. That means Ketu is stronger than Mars. When it will happen? When you are counting, while counting the degrees of the planet, you can check with the actual degrees of the planet. One more important thing I wanted to tell here is that some advocate something, Kenros advocate as it is. Now, here, if you see the degree of Rahu or Ketu, many considers from the 30. That means the actual degrees are minus from the 30. That means it will be having 20 degree. Okay. In Icas also, B.V. Raman has advocated this. That degrees of, because they are always Vakri. They are always Vakri. That is the logic. And Rahu Ketu has having 10 degree. Let us presume that it is 10 degree. So 30 minus 10 will be the 20 degree. Will 20 degree is yet to be traveled. He has 10 means he has already traveled 20 and 10 to be traveled. So he is considered as on 20 degree and Mars is considered on 16 degrees, means Ketu is stronger. Means Ketu is stronger. Now let us see here. Ketu will be the stronger planets. Where the A5 he has put. 7, 8. A5 should have been here. 7, 8. From here, count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. 8. And from 8, 6, 7, 8. It is placed into the 8th house. Okay. See here in this program, they have considered the Mars, which I already told. Because the calculation of the Aruda Pada is exception. Okay. So I have to make the correction. Do not use the exception. Okay. Now, where the A5 has gone, where the A5 has gone, that are A5 is gone into the 7th house from Scorpio. See here, Mars is considered as strong. That means while comparing Mars and Ketu, only degrees have been considered, and Mars is having 16 degree, Ketu is having 10 degree, Mars is having more degrees than Ketu. Some considers the other part, which I already told. Yes,
so that means that's why what you said is right. Rahu and Ketu, if you look at it, should be if you consider 20 degrees. Then in the 8 Chara system, if you look at it, then Rahu will become the BK.
Yes,
and
correct,
not
correct,
Mars.
correct.
Yeah.
This is another system, no? 8th Charakara system, which is
Yeah.
advocated by Dr. Sanjay Rath, not by Icas.
Yeah, but in that case, then Rahu becomes the BK because
Yes.
of considering the degree has 20. and
That's
not
why
as 10.
that's why I told you, no? You
Yeah.
use both 8 and 7 to
Right.
make the picture very clear. Because Rahu has to be figured out, no?
Hmm.
Because he's a very strong planet. He himself is a very strong. Among all the 9 planets, Rahu is the strongest planet, I will consider.
Okay.
And Rahu make you die. Make you die. Remember this.
Okay.
Varahi is the avatar of the Vishnu. He is coming from Rahu, Varahi. Varaha is from Rahu. Okay. So Rahu is very strong. But in the instant cases, all the scholars are considered only 7 Sarakaric system. So they are just comparing Mars and Ketu. Mars with 16 is more stronger and Ketu is with 10 degree is less stronger, degree wise. And if the thing happens that both are having the same degree, considering the strength of the Rashi, that is what is given by our Icas. So Mars is in the with 16 degree and the Ketu with 10 degrees. So Mars is stronger. And if you consider the Arudpada of the 5th house, count the Lord of 5th house, that is Mars, up to the where he is placed. He is placed 7, 8, 9 houses away. So count 9 houses from there, from Mars itself. It will be in the 10th house. It should be in the 10th house. Okay. But it is not given. Not given. It is given 1, 2, 3, 4. Again 1, 2, 3, 4. It is coming into the 11th house. 7th house itself. It is indicated as A5 here. From Vrishchik, again I am repeating to avoid the confusion. There are 2 planets, Mars and Ketu. First, you check the degree of the both the planets, Mars and Ketu. Mars is having the 16 degree, Ketu is having the 10 degrees. So Mars is stronger. Forget about Ketu. Count from the Vrishik Rasu up to the Mars where it is posted. It will be in the 10th house. It will be in the 10th house from Vrishik. Okay, from Vrishik, Scorpio. Count again 10th houses from Mars. It will be coming in the 11th house. 10th house is the 11th house. Okay. So A5 Arud Pad is placed into the 11th house, not anywhere else. Ketu is not considered. But if the situation so comes that Mars and Ketu are having the same degrees, that means if the Mars is 16 and Ketu is also 16, same degree, then what you should do is that check the Rashi in which both the planets are placed. Check the Rashi in which both the planets are placed. Mars is placed into the common Rashi. The common Rashi is stronger than the fixed. Remember this, our principle, Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh. Okay, like this, and you decide the case. Now the another situation. If both the planets are placed into the very Rashi, in the very Rashi, इसका मतलब क्या होता है? In the Scorpio Rashi itself, Mars and Ketu both are placed into the Scorpio Rashi, then the Arud Pada will be in the same Rashi, that is Vrishik. Okay. Now the third situation. If the out of Mars and Ketu, if Mars or Ketu is placed into the Vrishik Rashi, the planet which is placed into the Vrishik Rashi, just forget him and check the planet which is not placed into the Vrishik Rashi. For example, Ketu is placed into the Vrishik Rashi. Consider the Mars for calculation of Arud. Okay, forget about Ketu. The planet placed into the very Rashi, forget that. Same logic is applicable for Kumbha or Aquarius. Rahu and Saturn, if it is placed into the Aquarius Rashi itself, then Arud Pad will be in the same Rashi, that is Aquarius. If Saturn is placed into the Aquarius Rashi, count up to the Rahu. Forget about Saturn. If Saturn is placed into the Rashi, count up to Rahu, the houses in a zodiacal way, and count the same number from Rahu. It will give you the Arud Pada of the Aquarius Rashi. Okay. If both are placed in some different houses, that here it is the same case. Mars is placed into the second house and in the another Rashi, and Ketu is placed into the another house, another Rashi. Now among the two, we have to decide who is stronger. How to decide? One method is to check the degrees. Mars, how many degrees? Ketu, how many degrees? Mars is with 16 degrees, Ketu is 10 degrees. More degrees render the planet as stronger planet. Mars is having more degrees than Ketu, so Mars is stronger. Okay, so Mars will decide the Arud. Number one. If both the planets' degree are same, 10 degree itself, for example, then check in which Rashi they are placed. If they are placed, one is placed into the common Rashi, another in the movable or the fixed Rashi, common Rashi will give the reason, because our principle is that Vishnu is stronger than the Shiva, and Shiva is stronger than Brahma. Shiva indicates the fixed Rashi, Brahma indicates the movable Rashi, and Vishnu indicates the common Rashi. Have you got now? Same principles are applicable for Scorpio as well as Aquarius Rashi. And in our Icas, we are not considering the exceptions. Exceptions, I already apply how to apply the exception, that I already told you. Who told us to apply the exception? One Parashari method, another is Dr. Sanjay Rath, or 2-3 other scholars indicate that, even Parashara indicates that the exceptions can be used. But in our Icas, we are not using the exceptions while arriving at the Aruda Pada of the Rashi. Is it clear now? Have got any
Sir,
still?
one
Yeah,
more
you asked
question.
me.
Sorry, sir. One more question. You can take it later also. But like Scorpio,
Yeah.
we have two lords, Mars and Ketu,
Ketu.
right? Do we
Yes.
consider same for Pisces also? We consider Ketu or
No.
no?
No. No.
Okay.
It is exalted Rashi for us.
Okay. Okay. So we
Lordship nahi hai.
okay.
Queen is lorded by only Jupiter.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Only two Rashis are considered for dual lordship. One
Okay.
is Scorpio, another is Aquarius,
Aquarius.
which I
Understood.
have explained to you.
Thank you.
Okay? You got it now? How to arrive at the Arud path? By both way, with exception, without exception. Okay? And in case of Scorpio, how to decide the planet who will give the Arud path as far as Scorpio and Aquarius Rashi is concerned. Okay? You are now very clear about this. Although program, see here, program gives you as per your wish. Here you can use it with exception, without exception, both. I already show this in the very program also. Okay. Now you must have understood. This can be done in all other degree charts, in the Varga charts. This can be done. Now see here, Arud Pada in the Varga chart, relevant Varga chart. Arud Pada in D9 chart, for example, will indicate the image of a person with reference to the marriage. Simple. Simple to look into that matter. In case of a D10 chart, your image as regards your profession. Simple to understand. I made it very simple. In BB Raman's case, they are not using the Varga charts, but I am using the Varga charts for my convenience, and it helps. This is an additional point I am putting it here. Okay. See here in the D9 chart, this is Indiraji's Kundali. What is the, where is the Arud Pada? With exception. Always I am looking into the with exception. Okay. Let me check and show it to you. Okay. Arud Pada calculation. I am now going for the with use exceptions. Okay. This much I am giving today. Important thing. See here, Lord is Jupiter, which is placed into the third house, and the image will go into the third house, that is the fifth house, where Rahu is placed. So the image of the Madam Indiraji was like a Rahu and Cancer. Rahu and Cancer. There you will find that Rahu indicates the other than caste and creed about the marriage, and four, gender. Okay, that man was gender. It is in the Upapada indicates the man, it's a man who is coming in your life. And Arudpad indicates a man who himself is. Here, in case of D9 chart, check whether the UL is where it is born. UL is went into the 10th house with GL. GL is a Gatika Lagna. It gives you the status. Okay, the status is increased of both that person's also, because she is a Nehru family, and UL is placed into the 10th house. So he is coming from the very notable family. And GL means the money and how power. One important thing difference between the GL and Hora Lagna is that GL indicates the power and Hora Lagna indicates the money itself. Okay? So this is the, here it is GL. UL is connected to the GL is UL. That is the spouse is coming from a, is having the intention of getting power. So he got the power. Okay. And the Lord indicates the type of a person coming in your life as a marriage partner. Okay. He is a Jupiter placed into the second house. Okay. But why it is not survive? Survival of the marriage will be indicated by the second house from the UN. You see, if the malefic planets are placed into the second house from the UL, you will see that the survival of the marriage is a question tag. In this particular case, you find that Saturn and Ketu both are placed, both malefic planets are placed into the second house in from the 10th house where the UL is placed. The marriage is not sustained. Is not sustained. Okay. So many things we can tell based on the Aruda calculations. Okay, UL, Arud. So it is a very big topic. Huh? Remember this. and become a master of this, to learn Jaimini. Okay. Now after Arud, all the bhavas, for all the bhava, each bhava is indicating some aspect. If you consider the third, that is third house, Drekana will play a role. Like this is my system and uses this in a very beautiful way, and it helped me in a very beautiful way. Now here, see the where the Arud Pada will be there. D9 has got two padas, more important is Arud Lagna and the Upapad. And here you will find that Jupiter is placed into the seventh house, and so the Aruda Lagna is went into the third house. Okay, having the Mars over there with GL and all. And who are the aspecting? Saturn, Mercury, Jupiter, Vakri Jupiter. Both are aspecting into the Arud Lagna. So she doesn't have the sibling. Okay, when Mars is there. Okay, there are so many things. Who is the Mars here? BK. See here, BK is the Mars who is placed into the Arud Lagna. So she doesn't have a sibling. Okay, there are so many conclusions we can draw based on this particular study. Okay. Now let us go for the next important point is the Raja Yogas. Raja Yogas. Okay. I will tell you the Raja Yogas. I will better way. I will take the another, because this is another very important thing coming in your way. Yoga is a very important point. See the Raj Yoga. Icas, Jaimini, Raj Yoga. Unlike Parashara, you will find a very few Raj Yogas in Jaimini. You read the slide first, then I will explain. Association of Charakarakas, the most important from the Jaimini point of view. Association of Charakarakas other than Natikaraka. Other than Natikaraka forms the yoga. Yoga means coming together. Yoga means coming together. In Adhyatma also you uses this particular word yoga. In your physical world also yoga. Yoga day. That means connection of the two objects. In case of Adhyatma, you are connecting your Atmakaraka with the Almighty. This is real yoga. This is real yoga. Then in your day-to-day exercises, you are connecting your Atma to your body at such. That is another way of yoga, which we find on the yoga day. Okay, this is yoga coming about the relationship of the planets in the horoscope. It make you Raj Yoga, it make you Duri Yoga, bad yoga. See, Kemadrum Yoga is a bad yoga. See here. All these things are various combination of the planets gives this Raja Yoga or bad yoga. Okay, simple. But in Jaimini, this is a very exhaustive topic in Parashara. But it is very simple topic in Jaimini. Very simple. What it is written? Association of Charakarakas other than Natikaraka. Natikaraka represents the 6th house lord, 8th house lord, or the 12th house. Nati, which we have already considered. So other than Natikaraka, all other Charakarakas, that is Atmakara, Amatyakara, Bhatrukara, Matrukara, Pitrukara, Putrakara, then Darakara. 6 forget. 6 one is forgotten. Other than him will give the Rajoga. Of this, the powerful one, the highest level Rajoga, there is a gradation. Is that the highest one is association of Atmakaraka, he is the king of the horoscope, and the Putrakaraka. Putrakaraka. Remember this, Putrakarak is the most important planet as for the Jaini. Another important planet is the fifth house lord. Fifth house lord. Any combination of Atma Karak. Third important planet is the Amatya Karak. Remember these three Charakarakas, very, very important. Very, very important. Association of Atma Karak with Putra Karaka, with fifth house lord or Amatya Karak gives the highest level of Rajoga. Gives highest level of Rajoga. Okay.
So, so, would,
Yes.
so,
Yes.
so would,
Yes.
would this mean that even if the Atma Karaka and the Amatya Karaka are together along with the GK, then the yoga would not be formed?
GK will mar the dosha. GK will create
Okay.
obstacle in the Rajoga.
Acha. So, in spite of AK and AMK and the GK, all three being together.
It will create obstacle when the dasha of the Rashi having this GK is there. You will find some problem in that Raj Yoga.
Okay. Okay.
Okay? Okay?
Okay.
Very easy to understand. When that Raj Yoga will be hampered, when that particular GK comes into the picture. If the Parashara astrology and the planets Vimshatri Dasha if you are using, then it is a different matter. Okay? It's particularly applicable for the Jaimini. Okay? It becomes more powerful when the association takes place either in Janma Lagna, fifth house, from the Janma Lagna or Karakamsa Lagna. I wanted to tell something about Karakamsa Lagna before going ahead. Which is the Karakamsa Lagna? See here in this case, who is the Atma Karak? Atma Karak is given by Saturn. Okay? Which will be the Karakamsa? Okay? Let us think in this way. There are two ways that also I will explain. Atma Karak is Saturn. This is Pakka. Now, in which Rashi it is placed into the D9 chart? D9 chart. Where it is placed? It is placed into the Makar or a Capricorn Rashi. Capricorn Rashi. There are two ways of Karakamsha looking at. One, you can see the Karakamsha Kundali in the D9 itself. Like Dr. Sanjay Rath and all others, they looked into the D9 itself. Dr. Ken Rao looked in D1 Kundali. That means, I will explain both. That means, make a Lagna where the where the Atma Karak is placed in the D9 chart. I will explain first. Now here, Scorpio is considered as a place where it was placed Saturn in the Capricorn. So it is made as a Lagna. Okay. This is a Karakamsa Lagna. In D9 chart. You see that all these planets are Karaka planets in the D1 chart. But they are Ansha. They are in the Ansha. So it is called as Karaka Ansha. Karaka Ansha. See, in this way they are termed it. All these planets are there in the Ansha. Ansha means D9 chart. Ansha means D9 chart. Like this. So this is a Saturn placed in the Karaka Ansha, considered in the D9 chart. Now, what others are considered, that also I am telling. What our Icas is considering, that also I am telling. Here, which Rashi is available here in the D9 chart as a Karakansha is a Capricorn. Make this Capricorn as a Lagna. In D1 chart, it will become a Karakansha Kundali. Okay. I will take another example to make you understand. Okay. Take another example. Okay. This is here. See who is the Atma Karak? Mars is the Atma Karak in this particular Kundali. Okay. Where it is placed into the D9 chart. First you check in the D9 chart where it is placed. In which Rashi it is placed. So Mars is placed into the 7th house in the Mithun Rashi. Okay. Mithun Rashi. So make this Mithun as a Lagna. In D9 chart, it will be a Karakansha Lagna as I already explained. Okay. Now, take the Mithun Rashi and make a Lagna will be the Karkansha Lagna as per our Icas. I am giving both. Huh? So that means in D1 chart, the Rashi in which, Navamsh Rashi in which that Atmakarak is placed, make that Lagna, that make Rashi as a Lagna. This is the first method or first important way. Some consider, now I will explain by the way, Swamsha Kundali also. Swamsha, Swa Amsha Kundali. Swa Amsha Kundali. Remember these words properly. Karak Amsha Kundali, I am giving, again I am repeating. I am giving one more example. Here, who is the Atmakarak here? Again Saturn. Saturn is placed into the Spices Rashi. Spices Rashi, where is available in the D1 chart? It is into the 5th house. So I am making this as a Lagna. It is a Karkansha Lagna. Kundali. Karkansha Lagna Kundali. Okay. Now it is Saturn is placed into the D9 Lagna itself. D9 Lagna itself. Because ascendant is the one and the same. So here you will find Karkansha Kundali and the D9 Kundali is one and the same. One and the same. This is called, when you create a D9 Lagna Kundali, it becomes a Swamsha Kundali. And when you are taking the Atmakarak into the Lagna Bhav in the D9 chart, it becomes a Karakansha Kundali. Okay, these are the differences. You got it now? Karakansha. Okay, very important points I am telling you here. See here, Raj Yoga. Now I am coming to that. If these planets, who are the planets? Again, I am repeating. It becomes more powerful. Means the yoga of Raj Yoga gets a strength. When it will get the strength? If that yoga is happening in the Janma Lagna Kundali, in the Janma Lagna house or ascendant, or in the 5th house, or in the Karakansha Lagna itself, then the strength of that Raj Yoga increases. Very easy to understand. Association of Lagna Lord and 5th Lord is the another powerful yoga. I have already told you these are the important planets. One is Atmakarak, another is Amatya Karak, third is a Putra Karak, fourth is the 5th house Lord. In the second point, they are referred to that. Lagna Lord and the 5th Lord. Actually, it is coming from the Parashara principle. Parashara always considered as the Lagna Lord and the 5th Lord is a Raj Yoga. Okay, you might have learned this. But that same principle is applicable here also. That means Amatya Karak, Atma Karak, Putra Karak, 5th house Lord is the most important, coming together in the ascendant or the 5th house or the Karkansha Lagna or a Janma Lagna, it renders more stronger. Okay. Another thing, another Raj Yoga. When birth Lagna, Hora Lagna and Gatika, I will explain this Hora Lagna and Gatika Lagna afterwards, because I wanted to teach you some other Lagnas also. Hora Lagna, Gatika Lagna are aspected by a planet, a powerful Raj Yoga is caused. For example, same planet. If one or two Lagnas are aspected, then some consider the yoga is not formed, but it is not clear. What is mentioned here? We have got 3 Lagna here. They are considered birth Lagna, that is ascendant. Birth Lagna, that is ascendant. Hora Lagna, I have already told you, indicates about the money. Gatika Lagna indicates about the power. Money and power coming together is a Raj Yoga. See here, money and the power coming together like Indraji's Kundali. I will explain that also. And the birth Lagna is you yourself. Now, if some planet, now here, if that planet is aspecting to the birth Lagna simultaneously, birth Lagna, Hora Lagna and Gatika Lagna, all 3 together, then that particular yoga is a very big yoga. And if one or more lagnas, although it is stated that if one or two of the lagnas are aspected, then some consider the yoga is not formed, but it is not true in practical sense, I am telling. Because planet aspecting to the lagna, Hora lagna and Gatika lagna is a Raj Yoga. Let us see in Indraji's chart. Okay. Why I am referring to the politicians? Because Raj Yoga can be helpful here. See here, now I am using the exceptions again to make it very clear. Use the exceptions, okay. See here, who are, go step by step. Hora Lagna, Gatika Lagna. Where Gatika Lagna is placed into the 10th house. And aspect is by from the Jaimini aspects. Fixed Rashi on the movable Rashi on the fixed Rashi, and common Rashi on each other. Okay? Except the adjoining Rashi. Here, GL is placed into the movable Rashi, Aries. Okay? Then, Hora Lagna is placed into the common Rashi, that is Spices. Now, when you see GL and Hora Lagna are placed in different type of Rashis. Different type of Rashi. Third one is birth Lagna. Third one is a birth Lagna. I am proving it. See here. GL is in the movable Rashi, so only fixed Rashi can aspect on this. So, true. Another is a mean Rashi or Spices Rashi, which is the common Rashi. Only common Rashis can aspect on it. Now, check the third one, that is a birth Lagna. Okay? Birth Lagna is also a movable sign. That is Cancer. Either planet can aspect to the two points, that is a birth Lagna or a Gatika Lagna. Okay? Or a planet can aspect only on the Hora Lagna, which is placed into the movable Rashi. Check which planet can aspect. See, Mars is placed into the second house and it cannot aspect the adjoining Rashi. Okay? Adjoining fixed Rashi. See? So it cannot aspect on the Lagna. But Mars can aspect on the 10th house. See, still that particular Raj Yoga's fruits received by Indraji. When two are there, it increases much more. See here, another fixed house rod. Now take the Sun and Mercury, placed in the fixed Rashi in the 5th house. These both planets are aspecting on the Lagna, that is birth Lagna, as well as Gatika Lagna. See here. Now, Sun and Buddha or Mercury aspecting the 2 points. One is Gatika Lagna, another is birth Lagna. It is a big Raj Yoga. That is more than 1, 2 is more, 3 is the best. So, Sun and Mercury aspecting to the Aries Rashi and the Cancer Rashi, giving a very good Raj Yoga. Giving you the very good Raj Yoga. Okay. Now, when in Indraji's Kundali only, you don't find a planet which can aspect to all the 3 components, that is birth Lagna, Hora Lagna, Gatika Lagna. Since Indraji doesn't have the Raj Yoga, if you go in the literal bookish meaning. But here you see Sun and Mercury is aspecting to the birth Lagna as well as the Gatika Lagna. So Sun and Moon is delivering the Raj Yoga in the life of Indiraji Gandhi. See here, and Mercury is particularly PK. Another important point is emerging here is that PK Mercury is aspecting to the Aruda Lagna and it is also aspecting the Saturn Atma Karak. Another particular Raj Yoga is happening. Saturn is the Atma Karak and Mercury is a Putra Karak. So first point, if you remember, Atma Karak and Mercury, the Putra Karak, is aspecting each other, creating a Raj Yoga. Sun is a decay. It is also giving the Raj Yoga of the lower degree. Who is the GK? GK is the moon. So moon's aspect will not give the Raj Yoga because he is a GK. GK, moon placed into the November Rashi, so it can aspect on the fixed Rashi. So moon can aspect on the Jupiter, okay, which is placed into the fixed Rashi. And Jupiter is a MK, but still moon is a GK, so it will not give a Raj Yoga. In our Parashari system, it is a sort of aspect, connection between Jupiter and moon, giving a Gajakesri yoga. If they are in Kendra, it gives more impact. It will give more impact. See here in Raj, what is the difference between Jaimini Raj Yoga and the Parashari Raj Yoga? That you try to understand. But Saturn is impacting on the Jupiter. Saturn is Atma Karak and Jupiter is a MK. So here it is created as a Raj Yoga because Saturn is Atma Karak and GK is a Matru Karak. All other Karakas can have the Raj Yoga except the GK. Okay, this is what is given
Sir,
here practically. Yes.
when you said about the drashti of the grahas, right, on either Hora Lagna, or a Ghatika Lagna, correct? You said 2 is very good, and
Is
3 is
very-
excellent,
He
right?
is the best.
Yeah. So are we talking about the same grahas drashti on these 3 lagna or any grahas drashti on these?
Actually, Jaimini doesn't cover the Graha Drishti,
No,
but
no, sorry, Rashi
the
drashti only.
Rashi
So,
Drishti only.
so through Rashi drashti, are we talking about the same graha having, drashti on these 3 lagna, or a particular any of the planets? Okay.
Jaimini refers to the Hora Lagna instead of Sri Lagna
Okay.
because Hora Lagna is a broad concept. Sri
Okay.
Lagna considers only money.
Okay.
Hora Lagna considers sampatti in the form of land and building. Also.
Correct.
Okay. So
Correct.
Sri Lagna is weaving for the purpose of getting money, getting promotion where money is involved. Okay. When sometimes you find that somebody is promoted on the higher level in the organization, but the salary is not increased.
Right.
So GL is acted on that.
Ah,
Okay.
okay.
Okay. But he or she is not getting the money in the counterpart.
Correct.
Salary is not in only 5 rupees, 15 rupees, some 100, 1500. Like this, there is an increase, but the position is increased.
So
From
Ghatika
A
Lagna
to
is giving power, but
power
money
increase.
in line with that, because Hora Lagna is not strong.
Hora longer is not so. That is correct.
Thank you,
But
sir.
only if you want to see the money itself, only
Yeah.
money itself.
Yeah.
Think about Sri Lagna.
Okay.
Think of Sri Lagna. And if you see in this particular software, you will find one dasha, which can be utilized to assess the money matters. Okay. See here, I will tell you. Ashtotari Yogini Desha. Okay. Now, see the Rashi dasha. I will tell you. Brahma, Narayan Dasha, Brahmansha, Sudasha, Dimpasha, Ikki can be Trikon, Saradasha, 3 times there. See here, Saradasha has got 3 ways.
Okay.
Then Shula Dasha is also of 2 types. Then Niriyan Shul Dasha and Shul Dasha, Brahma Dasha, Sir Dasha, Manduka Dasha, Mandukasha. You don't find the other dashas in this particular software, but there is a dasha of Sri Dasha. This
Okay.
you can use for the purpose of assessing only the money parts.
Sir, one more question. Sorry.
Yes.
So
Yes.
when we talked about Ghatika Lagna and Hora Lagna, which is very good when we talk about, say, somebody who's doing service. So we are talking about promotion. Then are we getting, same amount of money or not? But then there are other sources of income also, right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
sometimes Hora
That is
Lagna
coming under Hora.
money That
Yeah.
is under Hora Lagna, right?
Yes.
Okay.
They are coming under Hora because Hora Langa is a broad concept,
Correct.
including the land, building, scooters, vehicles, so
Any
many
source of.
conveyance, all they are covered by Hora Langa.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, sir.
All other. Ghatika Lagna is the power. This particularly is becoming more important in case of a politician.
Yeah. It's also fame, sir. Ghatika Lagna.
Ghatika Lagna is the same.
Okay.
It gives the power. When the power you will receive, you will get the position.
Correct.
Position and power is together, right? Na?
Fame
So
also.
naturally, when you are uplifting in the position, in the hierarchy, in the
Correct.
politician field or in the organization where you are working,
Yeah,
then
visible.
only you will get the power.
Yes.
When one becomes a branch manager of the bank, then he will get more power instead of accountant.
Correct.
Okay? So in this way, you think for the ordinary people, and in case of politician, the Ghatika Lagna gives you the ministerial post, like a prime minister's post, like this.
Correct.
So here, Ghatika Lagna is aspected by Mars. See here, in the instant case, I will tell you here. What is Mars? Mars is a Bhatrukarak. Bhatrukarak means the third house.
Mhm.
Remember this? Means initiation, aggression.
Correct.
And the planet is also aggressive planet. Mars.
True.
She is getting the power. She is after the power, rather.
Correct.
We can, because Mars is aspecting on the Ghatika Lagna.
Yeah.
So it is after, every time she is after the power, getting the power. For that matter, she can do anything.
Yeah. And it's her initiatives.
Yes, it is her initiative. See emergency,
Correct.
the period of emergency, how it come into picture
Yeah.
for getting the power. Because
Understood.
Mars is there. And Mars, nature of the planet who is aspecting on such Ghatika Lagna or Hora Lagna indicates how he will get the power or how he will get the money.
Right.
The Mars is only, see, Sun is also aspecting on the Ghatika Lagna. Sun is a government. Sun is a government. And Buddha using his intelligence,
Right.
getting the power. Intelligence indicated by Mercury is used by Madam to get the power. And if it doesn't succeed, use the Mars power.
He's got all Sam Dam done the
Yes,
basic.
yes. See, very well explained by the society, this particular horoscope, how she behaved. See here, Jaimini is that way is very important. Learn Jaimini properly. Very
Yes.
important. You can learn so many concepts on this. Okay, another thing now. If the planet aspects are co-joined with the Lagna and the seventh in the Lagna Kundali, Namaush and Drekana. Here, Drekana is included. This is the first occasion by where D3 chart is considered. So Gemini generally considers D9 and exceptionally D3. I consider all. I consider all for myself. Okay. Why I am giving, don't quote this in the Icas for writing letters or when you in the paper it is asked, but for practical purpose you use all the Varga charts. Almost there are 20 Varga charts. Okay. But 16 is indicated by Parashara. 4 more can be added. See, if the planet is planet aspects or co-joint means placed in the very Rashi or placed in the very place. Okay, na? That is called
He's
co-joint.
the lord of that Rashi also.
No, co-joint means placed into the Rashi.
So not even
Or
lord.
aspect.
Rashi doesn't count.
It doesn't. It will come. It will come. It is sort of secondary. Here, Jaimini doesn't consider the ascendant as such. No, so it is a rotation. Okay, so they generally consider a planet more stronger if it is placed in the very Rashi, like a KP principle. Have you learned Krishnamurti?
No, sir.
Krishnamurti, if you have learned, the planet placed in the house is more stronger than the lord of the house. इसको बोलता है, they tells in their language that person living in the on the rent is more stronger than the owner of the house.
Because he's possessing the house.
Yes, this is what is indicated by Krishnamurti. Okay, same principle Jaimini uses, but not directly, not directly, not directly. So, if the planet is placed into the Lagna, aspect the seventh house. When in which horoscope D1 chart, D9 chart, and D3 chart, all the three charts, if they are aspecting on the Lagna Bhav, simple principle is that. Simple principle I am telling you. Any planet aspecting the Lagna, any planet, this is a parabol, any planet aspecting the Lagna and the seventh house, okay, is a very, very, very strong planet. Very, very strong planet. It delivers so many things. That means he is connected to the Lagna together with the seventh house. Both houses are coming under the, and in Jaimini and many scholars, in many astrology branches, Lagna and seven is considered as one and the same. In Jaimini also, sometimes Dasha starts from the Lagna, sometimes starts from the seventh house. I will go ahead when I will explain this when the Dasha chapter comes. Okay. So any planet, cogiant or aspect, the
Sir,
Lagna, yes.
Namaste. Sir, when you say aspectation of a graha in the third point or in the fourth point or the fifth
Yes.
point,
Yes.
so this is like even the Papa graha also, or like only
Any
Shubha
planet.
grahas?
Any
Any
planet.
planet.
Any planet. See here in this case, Mars is aspecting to the Ghatika Lagna. Methods becomes different to get the power. Mars, as per his nature, he will try to get the power. The nature of the planet works, but the purpose is same. What here? If the Venus is aspecting, he is a soft planet. He will consider all to get the power. You know? Mars is not of that nature. Correct? So here in this case, fourth one, the planet aspect of cojoin the Lagna or the seventh house simultaneously. Remember this. Simultaneously. Then it is a Raj Yoga. And it should happen in D1 chart, D9 chart, and D3 as per the analogy. But still, it is a Raj Yoga in any Kundali. That is what I have observed. Why? There is a logic for observation. D1 to okay, everybody knows. D9, as in the introduction talks, I have given you that D9 indicate the fruits. D9 indicate the fruits of the Raj Yoga, and D3 indicate the longevity of that Raj Yoga. If it is not so in the Drekana chart or D3 chart, then that particular Raj Yoga's longevity is not there. Is not that much longevity. Throughout life, he will not get the benefit. Only in case of a dasha duration, that benefit will be rendered, because it is not happening in D3 chart or a Drekana chart. Remember this. You see, I am giving this particularly because Raj Yoga some feels that it will help throughout the life. Throughout the life, it is not like that. It is not like that. If you see in the D3 chart, and if the same Raj Yoga is appearing, that means it is appearing throughout the life. If it is appearing into the D9 chart, you see that that particular Raj Yoga has got that fruits, definitely. Otherwise, that fruits is a question. Only you are looking into the D1 chart, seeing as a Raj Yoga. It is applicable to Parashara also. Huh? It is applicable to the Parashara Raj Yoga also. Many times you see that, particularly Chandradi Yoga in the Parashara. If you see number of Kundalis, you find that there is a Chandra Adi Yoga. But if you look into their life, they are not getting any benefits of that. Whatever the benefits to get is not getting, because they are not placed in the D9 chart, or they are not placed into the D3 chart. First, you check the D9 chart whether the fruits are really available or not. And if it is available, check the D3 chart afterwards, see the reverse position. Generally, people see the D3, then D9, but it is not that. Check D9 first and then go to D3 to check the longevity. So D3 is how is a horoscope horoscope to be looked into, sorry, for the longevity also. Okay, longevity of the person, longevity of the yoga, or any sort of. You look into the D3. Okay, you got it now? See, a planet should aspect the Lagna and the seventh house together. One more Raj Yoga I am quoting here along with this. If the planet is aspecting to the Lagna Bhav and aspecting to the dispositor of the moon, if the dispositor, not planet, dispositor, that is the Rashi Lord of the moon, Rashi Lord, if the moon is placed into the Mercury, Mithun Rashi, then Mercury will be the Lord. If the Mercury is aspecting to the Lagna in D1 chart and also aspect the moon, then it is a very big Raj Yoga as per the Parashari. Remember, same way I am giving side by side the other yogas also. If the planet is aspecting to the, while Parashari you are assessing, use both aspects by planetary aspects by way of Jaimini also. Okay, Parashari. If the planet associate with or aspect the Lagna, Hora Lagna, Gatika Lagna, either in Navamsha or Dekana. See here, it is the extension of the third house, third point. Okay. Okay. If the planet associate with or aspect the Lagna, Hora Lagna, Gatika Lagna, either in Navamsha or Dekana chart, it gives a very big. If you see this particular phenomena in Navamsha, then the fruits are sure. Fruits are sure. That means when the fruits will be delivered? During the Dasha. If it is also happening in Drikana chart also, then not only Dasha, you can reap the advantage, you can have the advantages of the Raj Yoga throughout your life. Throughout your life. So this is the difference. So it should happen. What is Gatika Lagna? That is power. Hora Lagna, that is money or the Sampatti, you can say. Sampatti, including land and building. Okay, Hora Lagna and Gatika Lagna. This you will get not only in the Dasha, if it is happening in Dekana chart, not only during the Dasha, but throughout your life. That means she is born with a lot of Hora Lagna, strong Hora Lagna, strong Gatika Lagna. Okay, this you can check. Next, when Mars, Venus, and Ketu are in the mutual aspects, always aspects, whenever I am stating aspect, it is Jaimini aspects, or in third from each other. See, Mars, Venus is a very big Raj Yoga. Coming together is a very big Raj Yoga in Jaimini. But now three planets, Mars and Ketu, एक ही नाणे के दो बाजू है. Mars and Ketu, because both the planets are lorded by Vrishik, Lord of Vrishik, and Venus. Three planets, if they are in mutual aspect, that means Mars is aspecting to Venus and Ketu, Venus is also aspecting Mars and Ketu, Ketu is aspecting Mars and Venus, then it is a Raj Yoga. Or the second condition is that if they are placed third from each other, that means one house drop, next house, third house from each other. Raj Yoga is called Vaithanika will be formed. The name is given here, Vaithanika, by the Gemini. But what is important? Mars, Venus, and Ketu are placed in alternate houses, placed in the alternate houses. Then only this Raj Yoga will happen. Next, when second, fourth, and fifth from the Atmakaraka are equal in strength or occupied as benefice, when second, fourth, and fifth from the AK are equal in strength, what is second, fourth, and fifth? They are the houses. They are the houses. That means AK will be, this should be seen in the D1 chart. D1 chart, I am stating here. AK will be in some house in the D1 chart. Take from that house, second house, fourth house, and the fifth house. Check 2, 4 and fifth house. If the strength of the Rashi placed in such houses are equal, then it is a Rajoga. Or only benefit planets. This is very easy to check in the horoscope. If second house is occupied by Venus, fourth house is occupied by Mercury, okay, and some other benefit planet, okay, Jupiter, like Jupiter, is placed into the fifth house, this type of Raj Yoga will come into picture. That means second, fourth, and fifth. Another thing comes out of this is that from the Atma Karak, means in the Karkansha Kundali, from the Atma Karak, where you can see here from the Atma Karak, means in the Karkansha Kundali, in the D1 chart, if you see in the second house, in the fourth house, and into the fifth house, only benefic planets are placed, then this Raj Yoga will be developed in D1 as well as particularly in the Karkansha. Because sometimes it is written in a hidden way from the Atma Karaka, because Atma Karaka gives you the Karkansha in the D1 chart. Okay, this I already explained. When third and sixth from AK are of equal strength or occupied by malefics, remember this, third house and sixth house must be occupied by the malefic planets to put the horoscope at the elevated position. If the benefic planets are placed, then he will be away from the any sort of competition. His aspirations are very low. He desires nothing. Desires are very low. Then where you will find such type of position? Only benefic planets are placed into the third house and sixth house from the Atma Karak. Then where you can find such person can be a saint, okay, SAINT, saint. Sun doesn't desire any monetary desires are there, or any monetary or power desires are there with Sant Mandali, Sant people. Why? They don't require this. So in these particularly, how you can check whether a person is a bogus person, although he is looking in the form of Sant, he is putting himself, he is presenting himself as a Santa in the world at large. Then how you can check whether he is really a Santa or he is not a Santa? He is a bogus Santa. Okay. Spiritual life में this is becoming very important, and this is becoming very important in Kali Yuga, because many persons you are projecting, many persons are projecting they are a spiritual person. Okay, Asaram Babu, for example, Asaram Babu. Then how do you check such personality? The simple technique is that check their third house and sixth house from their Atma Karak. If the horoscope is available with you, so in such person doesn't disclose their horoscope. Another important point is that. But if the horoscope is available with you or is available in the market, then check the third house and sixth house from the Atma Karak and check what you should check. Check whether the benefic planets are placed in the third house or sixth house. If you do not find the benefic planets in the third house or the sixth house, then that particular person is a bogus spiritual person. Is a bogus spiritual person. So the third house and sixth house are the desire houses, and if you find the benefic planets placed in the third house or sixth house from the Atma Karak, then you will see that his expectations are very minimum. His soul is not expecting monetary gains. Okay, but in the normal life, the benefic planet should be in the second house, fourth house, and fifth house. Second house indicates the Kautumbik Jivan or the family life or Dhana Yoga coming from the soft or the Guru from the Jupiter, from the soft planets. Okay, the money we should receive from the soft planet. Fourth house is a domestic place. If the bad planet or malefic planet is placed, it disturbs your domestic life. Fifth house, Purva Panya. Purva Punya is indicated by the fifth house. If you find the benefic planets, that means he has done a good deeds in his previous life. Okay. So second, fourth, and fifth should have the benefic planets. Third, sixth should not have the benefic planets. If they are occupied by the malefic, then for the purpose of his life, getting money is also important. For getting power is also important. Okay, so you should have third and sixth as a malefic planets. Now, when second, fourth, and fifth from the Lord of the house, Lord of the Lagna. Now here I already explained about the Atmakara. Now the Lord of the Lagna or Lord of the seventh house. Why seventh house? They are considering equal. Lagna house and seventh house is on the same footing. They are considering, Jaimini is considering, are occupied or aspected by benefics. When second, fourth, fifth from the Lord of the Lagna. Lord is a personification. Lord is a personification of the house. Person is a Lord of that house. Okay. Lord of the seventh house. Not from the Lagna, not from the seventh house. They are telling that the Lord of that house, Lord of the Lagna, Lord of the seventh house, or aspected by the benefics, it renders good service. When influence is mixed, if you see that second, fourth, and fifth, for example, second house is aspected by the malefic, and fourth and fifth is aspected by the benefic planet, then one become equal to the ruler, but not in the actual sense. One wants to become a very good position, wants to become at a very good position, but it can be a dream only. It can be a dream. That is a mixed effect you can. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't happen. That is the Lord of the Love. 10,000. Venus in Karkamsha. See, Venus is the most fortunate planet in case of Jaimini. Immense fortune and life. Now, here is why they check Karkamsha in D1 as well as in D9. Why? The answer is here. Answer is here. If Venus, who can be a planet in the Karkamsha, Atmakarak, placed into the D9 chart in some Rashi, that Rashi will become the Karkamsha Rashi. Okay? That is the Karkamsha Lagna. So Venus in Karkamsha Lagna, Karkamsha means Karkamsha Lagna of the Atmakarak. Okay? Venus becomes the Karkamsha. Whenever the Venus is Atmakarak, in D9 chart, he will always be in the Karkamsha Lagna. He will always be. There is no exception. Then, shall we say like that because it says that the immense fortune and life he will get. Means every Karakamsha Lagna having Venus in the Lagna will have immense fortune and life. Is it true? Can you see in the real life? No. Sometimes it can be a different way. So that is why Karkamsa Lagna must be seen in the D1 chart. There you need not find Venus, although he is a Atmakarak, will be placed into the Karkamsa Lagna. Okay? For example, I will check, I will say, because very important thing is coming over here. I will check one more Kundali. See here. Who is the Atmakarak here? He is the Atmakarak. Sun is the Atmakarak. So what will be the Karkamsa Lagna? Sun, where it is placed into the D9 chart. Why I am teaching separate? Why I am not teaching separately? Because I wanted to use those. First, I am giving what is Karkamsa and how to use that. Okay. So Sun, where it is placed in the fifth house in spices. Okay. He will become take the Lagna that. So sun will be in the Karakamsa. Like this, Venus, if Venus is a Arudha, our Atma Karak, then Venus will also be placed in the Karakamsa. You can find so many kundalis. If you see in D9 chart only, D9 chart only. So what is the solution now? You find that Karkamsha Lagna is Meena or spices. Go to the D1 chart, and if you click this D1 spices in D1 chart and make it as a Lagna, here now you don't find, you find now here the Ketu or Sun is in the, Sun the Atma Karak is went into the ninth house, went to the ninth house. But the Karkamsha Lagna is with spices. Okay. Now apply here from this Atma Karaka in D9 chart, the first one, and then in the D1 chart. Okay. This you always remember. Huh? What is the meaning of Venus in Karakamsa? Immense fortune and life. So this you have to check in D1 chart, not in D9 chart. Remember this. Raj Yoga for political career, rank, fame. All these things will be given. Immense fortune, life, Raj Yoga for political power. What is the interpretation of this? What you will get by this? Raj Yoga for political career. Then ranking in the service life. Famous, you become famous in the world at large. If the Venus is placed into the Karakamsa in the D1 chart, very rare thing. Okay. Lord of Lagna and the fifth in conjunction, same thing. Exalted, debilitated, or in Onnamosha. Here, Jaimini in Parashara, debilitated planet is not considered good. Is not considered as good because it reduces the strength of the planet. But Jaimini is telling you other way around. Exalted, everybody agrees that planet which is exalted is a good planet. But here in Jaimini, a planet which is debilitated, no doubt he is good. But debilitated also, he is also a good planet. He is also a good planet. See the difference. We always presume that debilitated planet is not a good planet. Okay? In our day-to-day life, we consider this. But Gemini is stating here that debilitated planet is also a good planet. Where it should be applicable. Applicability is more important. It should be applicable where Arud Lagna is there. What is the contention in the Arud Lagna? It gives you the information about your persuasion in the society. Another important thing is that source of income, which it is telling everything about the material gains. Arud Lagna. What is the source of material things? The 11th house from the Arud Lagna, 11th house from the Arud Lagna is a source of income. Is a source of income. The planets aspecting the 11th house from the Arud Lagna, the planet becomes a source. If Mars is there, it can be a source from the police line, from the military line, or a worker, anything. If Mercury is aspecting, it can be IT. Okay. They are made crystal clear. The swabhav or the nature of that planet gives you the money. Gives you the money. Here, if you see the debilitated planet also, exalted, not only it will give the income, but if you find the debilitated planet placed into the 11th house from the Arud Lagna, still it will give a very good amount, very good money. This is applicable here. This is applicable here as regards the Arud Lagna. So Gemini is a complex. Where to apply, where you should not apply. That is more important. If the planet is in the own motion, then also it will deliver a good thing. For example, a planet is placed in some other Rashi, but is placed in the own Navamsha. Own Navamsha. For example, Mars is placed into the Aries Navamsha or a Scorpio Navamsha. It means the Mars is placed into the own Navamsha. Such Mars, if it is debilitated into the D1 chart, like a Cancer Lagna, Cancer Rashi, still it will deliver a good result. This something is coming from the Parashara. To check the strength of the planet, it is mentioned in the Parashara. The strength can be checked in the D9 chart. But in Parashara, I will give one additional point here. If it is debilitated in the D1 chart, but it is placed in the own house, in the D9 chart, in own Rashi, in the D9 chart, how you can make the difference? You can think in this way. That planet's dasha, during the planet's dasha, as per the Parashari, during the planet's dasha, in the Parashari, to start with, you will face number of hurdles, difficulties, as regards getting the fruits from that particular planet, because it is a debilitated. If it is a Mars placed into the Cancer, it is a debilitated planet. Okay, but if the Mars is placed in the D9 chart in the own Rashi or the like Aries or Scorpio, then in the second half of that dasha, you will be elevated. Your hurdles will be reduced. There will not be any hurdle. You will get expected fruits. You will get as desired. Okay? This is the difference in Parashara. And this debilation, I made it very clear from the Arun Lagna. Check the 11th house. If any planet is exalted, debilitated, or planet is placed there, but is in own Navamsha, then also a very good Raj Yoga will be emerged and you will get all good fruits from that Raj Yoga. Okay. Yoga between Lagna Lord and fifth. Lagna Lord and fifth, not Lagna. Lagna Lord and fifth, or fifth and seventh and fifth give result late in the life. Late in the life. This is very important. If any yoga is called, in the Lagna, instead of Lagna Lord, you read Lagna. You read Lagna. Okay. Some Raj Yoga you see, and it is happening in the Lagna or the fifth house, or it is happening in the seventh house or the fifth house. Then the fruits of that Raj Yoga you will be getting in the latter life, in the latter phase of your life. Not immediately, but in other houses, if it is happening, you will get the fruits of that Raj Yoga immediately. This is a very important dictum given by Jaimini Astrology. This is a very important dictum. For example, you can find Parashara Raj Yogas, for example, and they are happening in Lagna and fifth house, or it is happening in the seventh house and fifth house. The fruits of that Raj Yoga you will get in the latter half of your life, or delayed. It will be delayed. Okay. For example, if it is suggesting you that you will be elevated in your service career, if it is, for example, is explaining you that that Raj Yoga is telling you that you will be elevated in your service career, or you will be having a lot of business. When it will happen? It will happen in the latter stages of your life. It will happen. That means promotion is there, but you will get that promotion in your service career in the latter stages. You may see number of persons getting promotion in their service life in the latter period of their service life. Sometimes after putting of 20 years, 25 years of service, they immediately getting promotion, one after the other, one after. That means the Raj Yoga is working on that in the latter stages of their life. This is the dictum. Very important. When that Raj Yoga will be given to you in your real life is indicated by this particular Lagna and fifth house and seventh and fifth house. Fifth is common. Fifth is common. So you can check Lagna, fifth and seven houses. You will get the Raj. If the Raj Yoga exists, you will get in the latter stages of your life. This is what is given here. Venus, Mars, and Ketu in AK Rashi. Eke Rashi, what does it mean? Eke Rashi. Rashi owned by the Atmakara. Rashi, if Sun is the Atmakara, which will be the Rashi? Leo will be the Rashi. Okay. If the Mars is the Atmakara, which are those two Rashis? One is Aries, another is Scorpio. Okay. And what does it tell? Venus, Mars, and Ketu. Already Venus, Mars, Ketu is giving the Raj Yoga, which we have learned. And if they are placed in the Rashi, the Lord of which is Atmakara. Is a Raj Yoga. Another dictum is given here. Second and fourth, respectively, a king will be if it is happening in the second and fourth. What is the second and fourth? Houses. Rashi, Atmakarak Rashi is there. From there, the second Rashi or second house and the fourth house. Check the second house and the fourth house from the Eke Rashi. That is Rashi owned by the Atmakarak. Then, if check them, Venus, Mars, and Ketu. Second, fourth, only 3 planets are there and houses are 2. Is there any mistake? Is there any mistake? Then you check 3 houses. If they are placed separately. If it is placed together, Mars and Ketu, they are considered together. Number 1. Out of these, again, check Mars is stronger or Ketu is stronger. See everything in the Jaimini astrology, there is no mistake. Only 2 houses they have indicated. Already we have learned about 3 houses. Now they are separately as the planets. Okay. In the instant case, 2 houses they have clearly indicated. Is there any mistake? No, it is no mistake. There is no mistake. Then what you should do, Venus is separate, is the individual identity. Mars and Ketu, they are one and the same. See in the Parashara Jyotisha, Dasha period of Mars and Ketu are 7 only. Mars indicates the body. Ketu indicates the Atma. Atma without body. This you remember. That's why the Dasha for both the planets is same, 7. Okay. 7 digit in your numerology comes under Ketu. 7 digit in the numerology comes into Ketu, and the Aradhya Devata is Ganesh, Ganapati, because Ketu doesn't have the head. His head is cut off of the Ganesha and the body is there. Then you can use the intelligence from any planet. That is Ketu. That is Ketu. See, it is a very big topic. I am not launching into that. Important thing is that check whether Mars and Ketu is stronger. And if the Mars, out of these two, second and fourth from the Eke Rashi, who is placed? Venus is must, compulsory. Out of Mars and Ketu, who is placed? And if it is a stronger one, then the Raj Yoga will be on the higher side. If it is a lower one, then the Raj Yoga strength goes diminishing. This you think. Very important things I am discussing now. Raj Yoga for political power, rank, and fame. Separately, it is given. The strong position of the Lagna, naturally. Lagna has to be strong to become going on the elevated position. 7th and 9th political. Lagna, 7th and 9th, has to be strong. When it becomes strong, we have already learned. How strong means the Rashi strong. Rashi placed into that house must be a strong Rashi. Apply the strength of the Rashi principle. Okay. Now the next. Same number of planets into the Lagna and 7 late in the life. See here. Very important thing is quoted here. If 2 planets, 2 persons are, let me check whether I am having the Morarji Desai company. Let me check. I may, because I am using so many laptops. Mahatma Gandhi. No, it is not. Okay. It is possible. I think it is available in Morarji Desai's case. What does it is telling? If the same planets are placed into the Lagna Bhav and 7 hours, number of planets, same number of planets. Who are the planets is not considered here. Maybe benefic, maybe malefic. But the same number of planets are placed into the Lagna Bhav and the 7th house. Then the Raj Yoga will be in the latter stage. Will be in the latter stage. This is what is given. In case of Indiraji's Gandhi, Lagna is having Saturn, 7th house having the moon. Same number of planets are placed. And she got the, actually she should have been the Prime Minister after Nehru's death. But Lal Bahadur Shastri come in between and he saw that position. Okay. That way it is a delay. That way, actually she would have become the Prime Minister immediately after Nehru's demise. But Lal Bahadur Shastri has come in between. He enjoyed the prime ministership of 3-4 years, whatever is there. And then after his demise, Indiraji becomes the prime minister. This is the story. So when there is a planet, only planet in 1 and 7, or number of planets are same, then it is not applicable to the Rahu Ketu. It is not mentioned here. It is not mentioned here because Rahu Ketu are always in the opposite houses. So it is not applicable to the Rahu Ketu. Many times you see this Rahu Ketu placed into the Lagna Bhav. Okay, either Ketu or Rahu. Okay, you can see number of houses, kundalis or horoscope, but it is not applicable. See the planets, they are the 7 planets. They are the 7 planets. Equal number of planets are placed into Lagna Bhav. This is a sort of a Bandhana Yoga as given by Jaimini Astrology. This is a sort of Bandhana Yoga from any house at the equal distance. The same number of planets are placed. Then for that house, it will be a Bandhana Yoga. I will explain that because it becomes very necessary. Here, I will check the another horoscope and explain this. Take the another one. Okay. See here. Here Mars is there. Equidistance. 7th house if you are considering. From the 7th house, there is a equal distance 5th and 9th. 5th and 9th houses. Okay. Because they are the corners. From 7, if you count in the reverse way, it will be the 3rd house. And from 7, if you count in the zodiacal way, it will be the 9th house. So 5th house and 9th house are the equidistant houses. Okay. It can be said as a Sankhya Yoga. Okay. And if you see the same number of planets are placed over there, then it is called as a Bandhana Yoga for the 7th house. This is a very important point emerging here. Remember this. When you are making a matching of the horoscope of boy and a girl, 7th house is very important for in both the cases. For father, for mother, for boy as well as for girl. And if you see this particular, then the 7th house will not progress. In the instant case, I have checked this kundali and I have given the fruits also. This is a boy's kundali and he got divorced in the service life, in the marriage life. And then he doesn't get married. Okay. This is how it is working. Although soft planets are placed into the 7th house. Generally, when malefic planets are placed into the 7th house, divorce and all other things comes into the picture. Or the bad planets are aspecting on the 7th house. But in the instant case, 5th house and 9th house, both are occupied by the same number of planets, it is a sort of a Bandhan Yoga. And it goes on increasing if the malefic planets are creating the Bandhan Yoga. Here Mars and Saturn both are malefic, creating the Bandhan Yoga. It is just like a jail, just like a jail. Soft planets are there, it will not allow to progress. But malefic planets are creating this Bandhan Yoga. It is a sort of jail. It is a sort of Bandhan in the form of jail. You are putting in a jail. That means you are not allowed to do anything. Yes, forcefully you are placed in the jail. Forcefully. Okay. Force is
Sir?
used. Yes.
If one planet is malefic and other is benefic, then
Mix. Still Bandhan Yoga is there. In the dasha of a malefic planet, he or she will have a problem in the seventh house or soft planet dasha. Up to what? Up to the soft planet's antardasha. If the malefic planet's mahadasha is going on, then when it will be clear when the antardasha of a soft planet is emerging, then there will not be any bandhan yoga. Only the tussle will go on, and it will not give any bad impact on the marriage area. Particularly, it will be true when both are malefic planets. Okay.
okay.
Here, I am giving so many things of your day-to-day life. Equal number of planets in the fourth and Lagna, fame and honor. Exactly opposite. Fourth and equal number of planets. Maybe benefic, maybe malefic. Fame and honor. That is honor. Now, Jupiter and Moon in Lagna, Gajakesi Yoga, and the 11 respectively, or Lagna and 7 aspected by benefics. Naturally, they are creating a Gajakesi Yoga from the Parashara. It delivers good thing. Okay, the next one. Raj Yoga for political power is Moon, Mercury and Jupiter in Lagna. 11 or Lagna 7 aspected by benefics. Mercury and Jupiter, very simple to understand. In the Lagna, that means they are Digbali. Yesterday only I told you, when a Mercury and Jupiter become Digbali when they are placed into the Lagna Bhav. And 11th or Lagna, 11th, Lagna and 11, Lagna and 11. That means Digbali are good if it is they alone in the Lagna. But 11th house may also be considered. इसका मतलब यही होता है कि Mercury and Jupiter either in Lagna or in 11th house. They delivers good things. Or Lagna and 7, if they are placed into the Lagna, is common again. Or 7 is equal to the Lagna. Okay. If they are placed into the 7th house, that means Mercury, Jupiter. What is the interpretation? Mercury and Jupiter in the Lagna, very good. Mercury and Jupiter into the 11th house, very good. Mercury and Jupiter into the 7th house, very good. Only thing is that in case of 11th house and 7th house, they should be aspected by other benefic planets. They should be aspected by other benefic planets like Venus or some other Jupiter or some other planets. Okay, some other good planets. Okay. For the horoscope in the Parashara, that is Raj Yoga and all this thing. But in case of Jaimini, I already narrated which are the malefic planets other than them. So Mercury, Jupiter in Lagna or in the 11th house or Lagna or 7th house aspected by benefics. So you need not worry about the Lagna. You worry about 7th house and 11th house. Remember this. Because in case of 11th house, if you remember the Parashara, bad planets are always good. Placement of bad planets like in Saturn or Mars into the 11th house is always considered good for the getting the labh, for getting the labh. But simultaneously, if you check the bad planets placed into the 11th house in Parashara, they are aspecting on the 5th house. It means they are damaging the 5th house. They are damaging the 5th house. That's why it is written here that these two benefic planets must be there and aspected by another benefic planet. Okay? Venus and Moon. This is a combination of materialization, money particularly. Conjunction with or aspecting AK or 10 from the AK. See, money is related to your karma. Money is related to the karma. This is what is presumed. Okay. That's why here the 10th house is considered from Atmakara. Okay. From Atmakara. Moon and Venus Yuti conjunction. Very good combination. More good when AK is aspecting to the AK. This combination is aspecting on the AK or 10th house from the AK. 10th house from the AK is the karma. AK is a very big planet, is a very gentle planet and very strong planet in the horoscope. If this combination is aspecting to the AK or the 10th house from the AK, then it will give a very, very big Raj Yoga. Okay. Moon and 7th Raj Yoga as regards money. Remember this. As regards money. Materialism. Not power. Not power. Moon in the 7th conjunction with or aspected by benefics. Simple. Moon in the 7th house as good as is placed into the Lagna Bhav. 7th and Lagna is same, one and the same. And if it is aspected by the benefic, rendering good fruits. Okay, this is simple. Benefics with the benefic varga, occupying AK Rashi or 10th from the AK. Same thing, benefics with benefic varga. That means they are benefic varga, only 3 D charts are Varga Kundali's Jaimini considers is a D9 and D3, particularly D9. That means benefic into the D9 chart, in the D9 chart with benefic varga. Benefic varga means in the D9 chart, the dispositor is benefic. If, for example, Jupiter is placed in some Mercury Rashi, like Mithun or Kanya, then the dispositor is also positive planet, that is the benefic planet. That is what is given. Benefics with benefic varga. Occupying by AK Rashi, benefic varga occupying AK Rashi. AK Rashi, already I have explained. First, I have given one thing. Benefics into the benefic varga gives good image. Now, another thing is that AK Rashi. What is the AK Rashi? The Rashi of the Atmakara. Any Rashi, if you see, there are 9 Navamshas. Some Navamshas benefic Navamshas. Some Navamshas are malefic Navamshas. Then, benefic placed in the AK Rashi. Okay, already I have explained this. But if he is placed in the benefic Rashi of that Varga, that is Navamsha, means benefic placed in the benefic Navamsha of the Rashi owned by Atmakara. Owned by Atmakara. Or the 10th Rashi from the Atmakara. Same verdict is there. 10th Rashi also may be having both the things, benefic as well as if Aries is the Navamsha, lorded by Mars, is not a benefic planet, is a Mars, is a malefic planet. As per the Jaimini, remember, which are the malefic? Saturn, Mars, 100%, Rahu, Ketu, 100%. Ravi, sometimes he is cruel, sometimes he is malefic, depending on the circumstances. But the 4 are sure, Rahu, Ketu, Mars and Saturn. Okay? They are always bad, considered bad. So, if the Aries Navamsha is placed, then he is placed into the malefic planets Navamsha. If he is placed into the Tula Rashi, then he is placed in the benefic planets Navamsha. Like this you treat. Okay? Treatment I am giving. Benefics with benefic Varga occupying AK Rashi or strength from the AK. Okay? Take the next one. Raj Yoga for political work. Moon in 4th and 11 from the Jupiter in D9 chart. Take the D9 chart. Moon is placed into the 4th house or the 11th house from the Jupiter is rendered a Raj Yoga. Okay. This is regarding the placement of planet from some planet. Lagna and AK Rashi occupied or aspected by the exalted planet naturally. Not be worried. Karakamsa in Navamsha particularly is becoming a Lagna or birth Rashi or a Rashi occupied by the Jupiter. Karakamsa, I already explained. Atma Karak place in some Navamsha Rashi. That Rashi will be the Karakamsa. And where he should be checked? He should be checked becoming a Lagna. Becoming Lagna. See here, Karakamsa, if you check in the D9 chart, it will always be a Lagna. But here, one more dimension is given here. Becoming a Lagna of the Navamsha Rashi, Navamsha Kundali, or Lagna of a birth Rashi, birth Kundali, Lagna of the birth Kundali, or the birth Rashi itself, means moon is placed into that Rashi, or Rashi occupied by the Jupiter. That is where the Jupiter is placed. For example, if Jupiter is placed into the Mithun Rashi, and the Mithun becomes the Karakamsa. Take otherwise. If the birth Rashi is Mithun, where the our Atmakarak planet is placed into the Navamsha. Okay, this is how you have to check. Equal number of benefics in Arud Lagna and Navamsha Rashi of the 9th political power. Equal number of planets in Arud Lagna. Arud Lagna having the benefics is an asset. First. And the second dimension is that Navamsha Rashi of the 9th political power. 9th means 9th Lord. 9th Lord Rashi. For example, Jupiter is a 9th Lord. Then which are those two Rashis? Dhanu and Spices. Okay. If equal number of planets are placed in this Rashi, equal number of planets, benefic planets, equal number of planets in Arud Lagna, and Arud Lagna is a one for comparison. For comparison, which two Rashis in the Navamsha is the 9th house Lord. If the 9th house Lord is Sun, only one Rashi will be there. That is Leo. If the Moon is there, 9th house Lord, only one Rashi will be there. That is Cancer. If the Jupiter, then we can have two Rashis. Then the Jupiter's Rashi means Dhanu and Spices. Both should have two benefic Rashis. Does it mean like that? No, it need not be. Either of the two Rashis, you can have two benefics, equal number of benefics. That means Arud Lagna should also have two benefics. For example, if it is Mercury and Venus, then the Jupiter's either of the two Rashis, like Sagittarius or Pisces, two benefic plan, not necessarily the same benefits. It can be having two other benefits also. It gives a lot of political power. Okay, this is given by Jaimini. Benefics in the 3rd and 6th from the AK and L, which I already explained. 3rd should have from the Atma Karak, from any 3rd house, from Karkamsa, from Arud Lagna, from Atma Karak, from the D1 chart, should have malefics. Okay. Konas and Kendras divide of benefics. The Trikona and Kendra divide of benefics means only Trikonas and Kendra houses have got the benefics. Then also it will be a Raj Yoga. Now, as we stated the Raj Yoga, we have to check the Arishta Yoga, bad yoga. Following planets in the Karkamsa, bad. What is bad? It is also indicated by Jaimini. If Ketu is placed into the Karkamsa, This you check particularly in D1 chart. This you check particularly, you take the Karakamsa of the D1 chart and check whether Ketu is placed into the Lagna. If it is there, man can be a thief. If the Sun and Rahu is aspected by Mars, राहु इज ए मेन प्लैनेट, तो दूसरों का घर जलाने में ही इज वेरी हैप्पी. So दूसरों का घर will be, it means that he is creating complications in the other's house. Not take like this. Delights setting fire to the other house. It means that he wanted to create that problems in the other's houses. Okay. Ketu aspected by Shani and Buddha, Saturn and Buddha. Enunch. It means that there is a problem as regards having the santati. Ketu indicates the Moksha Vistar. If in second house of your demon chart, if Ketu is placed, you will find getting sued is a difficult thing. He has to satisfy the Devatas. Okay, big topic again. But Saturn is also Inunch, Buddha or Mercury is also Inunch planet as per the Parashari. So having Santati becomes a problem because Ketu is aspected by Saturn and Mercury, particularly in the second house. It is not mentioned, but I am interpreting you, telling you, because when Santati, which are the houses for Santati? Naturally, when thing happens, when the relevant house is aspected, which are those second house and fifth house or 11th house. Okay, 11th house or 9th house also. See, why 9th house? In case of a female, 9th house is considered for getting conceived. In case of a male, 5th house is considered examined for whether a man can, whether he will be having a santati or not. The 5th for male horoscope, 9th for the female horoscope. They are more important. And if the Ketu is placed in these particular houses and they are aspected by Saturn and Mercury, then it creates problems to have children. Shadvarga of the Shukra and Mars dominating in the 9th from the Karkamsa seeks sexual gratification through woman other than wife. That means it tells you something about your naitikta, attaching yourself to the lady other than your wife. Okay. When Shadvarga of the Shukra, Shukra has, you see the Shadvarga of the Shukra and Mars. Shadvarga, 6 types of Varga Kundali you check, types of 6, 7, 10 and Shodash. Correct? You check the Shadvarga of the Shukra and Mars. Mars particularly will tell you when I am splitting the Mars, you check the Scorpio. The Shadvarga Kundalis. Check the Varga of Venus. In case of Venus also, check particularly the 7th, that is Tula. In case of Mars, check particularly Scorpio. Okay. And if you find from Karkamsa, it means that they are asking you to create a Karkamsa Kundali in the Shadvarga. See here, Jaimini is so giving briefly so many things. To use Shadvarga, concept, making a Lagna Karkamsa Lagna. 9th house from that. Check whether the Shukra or Venus and Mars Varga is appearing. That means the Rashis of Venus and Mars are appearing in the ninth house. It is there. Then that if it is a male chart, particularly it is applicable to the male chart. If it is there, then that particular man is not having a good sexual relations. He may be attached to some other lady. And this is, I am now qualifying you, if the ninth house is pertaining to the seventh, that is Tula, and Scorpio. Scorpio is more important. Instead of Tula, Scorpio is more important. If you find the Scorpio Rashi here appearing again and again in all the Shadvarga into the ninth house from the Karaka, that means his character is not good. That means his character is not good. See here. The person will be henpecked. That means work under the lady. If the ninth from the Karakamsa is associated or aspected by Jupiter. Jupiter is placed or is aspecting on the ninth house from the Karakamsa. That is particularly true in case of a D1 chart. Henpecked means he will work under somebody. Under somebody. Henpecked. Don't take it as a worldly meaning. He will have to work under somebody. The domestic front, he can be working. That means his half is more dominating than he himself. Or if he is in the service sector, his boss can be a lady member or somebody else who is more dominating than he himself. Okay, he will be under pressure. Malefics in the second and eighth from the birth lagna or Arud lagna, misfortunes and poverty. See here in the Arud lagna. Now here you check the Arud lagna kundali. Arud lagna kundali. You open the Arud lagna kundali, make it as a lagna, Arud lagna, and see the houses from there. Which houses they are telling? Second house and the eighth house. Second house and eighth house is having the malefics. That means he will not see. Arud Lagna is talking about the monetary gains. Okay. So it is given as poverty or misfortune. Here, same thing is given by Jaimini. He is not creating problem. Check the Arud Lagna, check the second house and eighth house. Okay. From the Arud Lagna particularly, and if the malefics you see, like Saturn, Mars, or Rahu, then he will be having poverty or misfortune. Very few words. See, Upadesha Sutra. Sutra means so many things are given in a few words or sentences. Okay, this is called Sutra, Jaimini Sutra. Mercury in the 12th from the Arud Lagna, lost through litigation. Mercury is connected to the 6th house. In the Kala Purush Kundali, you see a Kanya Rashi into the 6th house, and the 6th house is connected to the court cases. And Mercury is of the cutthroat competition, is meant for cutthroat competition. Remember this. That is why Mercury's 6th house is a 6th Rashi, that is Kanya Rashi, is not considered for marriageal purposes also, because it increases the competition. And in case of a husband and wife, there is no competition. They are working, they are doing their life, they are going through the life as a counterparts each other, helping each other, not a competition. So the Kanya appearing into the 7th house is also a bad element, bad thing as far as marriage is concerned. Remember this. So many things I am putting here. Mercury in the 12th from the Arud indicates the losses through litigation. That means he will not win the court case. Another meaning is that he may not win the court case if it is so. Equal number of planets. See here the Sankhya Yoga is given here. Equal number of planets in 2, 12, 5, 9, 12, 6, and 10, 4. 5, 9, I have already indicated to you. Bandhana Yoga is called imprisonment. See here, directly it is written by the as imprisonment, but it is not so. If they are created by the benefic planets, it creates a situation where you may not work. But if it is created by the malefic planets, which I already explained, like Mars and Saturn, it creates imprisonment. It sends you directly into the jail. Imprisonment. Forcefully. Imprisonment is a compulsory phenomenon. Okay, compulsory phenomenon. You are supposed to do. You have to do. If you do not do, it will be penalized. It will be penalized. This is called imprisonment. This is the meaning of the imprisonment. Okay. Equal number of planets in the second house and 12th house, co-joining houses of the Lagna. Third house, third is not given. Actually, it is also to be considered. It is not given in the Gemini. It should have been included. Third house and 11th house, fourth house and 10th house, fifth house and 9th house, sixth house and 8th house. They are all Sankhya Yoga, equal number of planets. They are bad. Particularly bad when on both the side, the malefic planets are placed. Malefic planets are placed. Okay. One more important thing, as the situation is explaining here, I am putting here one important thing in the dasha. Open the relevant D chart. For example, if you want to check the marriageal life, when the marriage can comes to the end, when marriage can comes to the end. Open the D9 chart, see whether there is planet placed into the third house from the Lagna, but there is no planet into the 11th house. Also check planet placed into the 8th house from the Lagna, and there is no planet into the 6th house. During the dasha of these planets, that means the planet placed into the third house, planet placed into the 8th house, you may lost your marriageal life. There will be a lot of problems in the marriageal life. Very simple technique I am telling you. Very simple technique. It works. 99% it works. Okay? You take this. Equal number of planets in 2 and 9 is again misfortune. 2 and 9. 9 is a luck. 9 is a bhagya. And 2 is a paisa, money. 2 is a money. Okay. In the D1 chart, you check. 9th is a 8th house from the second. 9th is a 8th house. Losses of. So bhagya house. Second, equal number of planets are placed. Equal number. See here, Jaimini is telling very, very clear. This is particularly applicable when two planets are placed, particularly applicable, only malefics are placed. In the second house, or from the Lagna also, from the Lagna, from Karakamsa, from the Arud Lagna, everywhere it is applicable. The two planets are placed into the second house as well as into the ninth house. You will see that you will be in misfortunate. For example, if you are going for an interview, simple I am quoting, and you are really sure that you will get selected, you are not selected, then it will happen. If the same situation is happened in D10 chart. D10 chart is a chart for the service. Okay. For example, take the D4 chart. If you see this condition in second house and 8th house of D4 chart, D4 chart is concerned with your house matters. Then you may not get, you will be misfortunate. You will be having misfortunate status as regards construction of house or getting the house, purchase of house. See here, and when the Sale of the house will happen in the dasha of the planet in the third house and the eighth house if there is no planet into the 11th and the sixth house. See, very simple techniques I am giving. These techniques are very important in your interpretation part. Okay. Another. Rahu in A5 aspected by Sun, loss of sight. Loss of sight means drishti. Is two are the karak. Two planets are the karak for the sight. One is Sun, 100%. Sun himself is his eye. And drishti, vision. Another name is vision. Okay. For vision, Venus is the planet. For vision, Venus is the planet. See here, in A5, Arudpada of the fifth house. Arudpada of the fifth house. So see here, Arudpadas are used by Jaimini. Rahu is placed in the Arudpada of the fifth. Aspected by Sun, then you may lose the sight. That means you can have an operation or surgery on your sight, on your eyes. Okay, cataracts and all these things. Okay. Vision, sometimes because of the diabetes or some other illness, you may lose your vision. Okay. That is given by Jupiter, by Venus. By Venus. Same if you apply, if it is aspected by Venus, then you may lose your vision. Okay. If it is aspected by both Sun and Venus, after operation or after that surgery, you may lose your sight as well as vision. Okay. You make it elaborate. You apply yourself to the so many dictums given by Jaimini. Karkamsa having the Shadvarga of Saturn. See, last time we have learned about benefic Saturn or associated with Shani, Rahu and other malefics. Native will be illegitimate issue. Karkamsa having. Karkamsa having. Now where you should see here, only Karkamsa is written, not the 9,000 anything. Only written as a Karkamsa having Shadvarga. It means in D9 chart, where you should go to the D9, take the Atma Karaka. In which Rashi it is placed. Which Rashi it is placed. If it is placed in the Rashi of D9, there are nine D9, 9 Navamshas. Out of these 9, if it is placed into the Saturn, Shadvarga of Saturn or associated with Sunny, or Saturn and Sunny is the same meaning. Rahu and other malefics. Particularly it is written about Saturn and Rahu. Particularly it is written by Saturn or directly written. That means if the Atmakarak plays in the Rashi of Mars or Aquarius, in the D9 chart, then what is the meaning? What is the meaning of this? You are a illegitimate issue. Will be illegitimate issue. It means, for example, you are taken from if many couples, if you see, don't have the child, they are borrowed child from the Anatha Guru, from the other. Okay. Such type of situation is explained here. Rahu, Saturn, particularly Saturn, Rahu. Remember this. Okay. This you can check in your own Kundali also. Karakamsa, it is not written of the child or parent. It should be written in the parents' horoscope. It should be written the parent means male as well as female. Okay. Take the Karakamsa of male. Now you will see here from where the problems is coming. If you check the male chart.
What is meant by Shadvarga of Saturn here?
Shadvarga of Saturn, Navamsha here. You check Navamsha or you check all the Shadvarga. Both meanings are there.
All the 6th Vargas.
Vargas you can check, but I am giving a very easy method because it is a fruit of the D9. Having a child is a fruit in the D9, correct? because D9 is meant for marriage, and the 11th house is a fruit. Okay, what is the fruit? Getting child, getting conceived. Okay, this is the fruit. So I am insisting here that go to the D9 chart, check the Atma Karak planet where it is placed. If it is placed in some Mars Rashi, are those Capricorn or the Aquarius. If they are placed. Now here Rahu is also given. Now already I have told you Rahu is a lord of Aquarius. So which is the most important Rashi for giving this particular situation will be out of Capricorn and Aquarius. Aquarius is the most important Rashi. See how they are given. Given both Saturn and Rahu. And then again extended to other malefics. But the most important thing is that Aquarius Rashi. Your Atma Karak is placed in the Aquarius Navamsha. Then there will be a problem for getting conceived or getting children. This is a simple technique you can use. This is the way you can interpret. Okay? Simple. I am giving you in a very simple way how to apply. Now another thing. Gulika in the Karkamsa makes on to administer poison to others. What is the meaning? Gulika is a poison. To Mandi and Gulika. Mandi affects the Rashi. Gulika affects the constellation. This is the difference. So in Dasha, when the Parashari Dasha, Gulika is placed in the nakshatra or constellation, and the Dasha of the same nakshatra is going on. Means, I will explain. If the Gulika is placed in Punarvasu nakshatra, lorded by Jupiter, okay, and Dasha of the Jupiter is going on for that particular chart, then during the Dasha of the Jupiter, he may get poison. That means some mistake. Rahu is a mistake. Remember, Gulika, Mandi, they are mistake. Okay. It is a mistake. If, for example, if you are taking a treatment on the medical counter, then you may get a different treatment which is unwarranted. Many times this comes into our life. You see this. Because of the treatment given by doctor, he lost his life, or the situation worsened. We heard this number of times. Particularly when the dasha of the planet is going on, and Gulika is placed into the nakshatra lorded by that planet. Okay, this is the first situation. Another is that Rashi, where Mandi is there. Mandi afflicts the Rashi. And this is particularly applicable to the Rashi Dasha, which finds place into the Jaimini Astrology. Gulika finds the place in the Parashari Astrology. Mandi Dasha is applicable to the Jaimini Astrology. Okay? Although it is written like this here. What is the duty? If this is the case, then he will administer poison. Poison means drugs. Take this in this way. All drugs are like a poison, but they kills the germs which are in our body. Okay, and we become all right. Okay, so this is a poison. Drug is a poison. Is administered. That means who administers the poison in the form of drug is a doctor. So in other words, it is telling that the poison Gurika in the Karkamsa or Karkamsa is having the Maya, I am extending it, Mandi, then that person can become a doctor. Okay. This is a positive thing. Another positive negative thing is that if that Mandi is or a Gulika is aspected by bad elements of the planets. Bad elements, Saturn, Rahu, particularly Rahu. If it is happening in the Rahu Ketu axis, then that person himself can die because of the bad treatment. Because of the bad treatment given by the doctor. See how the Jaimini is telling you. Read in between. Read in between. You understand this particular concept now. Next. Moon and Venus in mutual aspects, or Moon in third, Venus. This I already cleared. Moon, Venus, and Ketu is also included. Gets vehicle and horses. That is a good benefits. Moon, Venus aspect the fourth house from the Karaka, beautiful house. Basically, Moon, Venus are beautiful planets. Their aspects among themselves, or both of them are aspecting to some house, it elevates that house. Here, fourth house is connected with the beautiful house. It can be used in Arud Lagna Kundali also. It can be used in the D1 chart. Okay, here it is written as a Karakamsa. Rahu and Sun in the fourth from the Karakamsa get house built by stones. Now it is given how that built will be. Karakatva is applicable here. Stones means stones, and the word. Two Mars bricks, they are Karak for bricks. Okay. Karakamsa in the Kumbha, that is Aquarius, builds tanks, quarries, and lays parts for public. Because Rahu, Saturn, they are having the public image. They will always see the logic behind it. Saturn is a public at large. Rahu is also a public at large. Okay, Saturn, Rahu. So Karkamsa is Kumbha. That means Atma Karak is placed into the Kumbha. It means what he will aspire? He will aspire good things for the public. Builds tanks, something like that. Okay, anything which is good. Okay, anything which is good. Then in Meena, charitable deeds. See, Meen Ras is the last Rashi in the Rashi Chakra, and it is a Rashi of Saraswati. Rashi of Saraswati. Okay. Rashi Chakra starts from Meena. Last planet is Mercury, and Revati is the Rashi. Revati is the Nakshatra. They are all Sattva Guni. So they will do deeds of charitable nature. Charitable nature. That is what is given. It benefits in the 12th from the Karakamsa, or it is in the Aries or Dhanu, occupied by Ketu. Moksha is definitive. What is moksha? Going away from the public or the society. Going away from the public or going away from the society. That is moksha. Simple words. You just remember, because moksha is a very big word. Very big word. But final emancipation, that means he's going away from the society, or he may get away from the service. He will resign from the service. I'm giving you the meaning of this. Away from the service. Okay. He's just resigning. He may not get married. He may not get married. This, you use these for matching of horoscope. So many things are there. When a dictum is given by Jaimini, you can use it elaborately. Benefits in the 12th from the Karkamsa. Karkamsa is the soul. Okay. Karkamsa is the soul. So naturally, it is in the Aries. Why Aries only? Aries only. Sun is exalted here. Sun is exalted here in Aries. Okay. That is why Aries. Sun is a natural Atmakarak. Sun is a natural Atmakarak. And Dhanu is a Mool Trikon Rashi of Jupiter. Mool Trikon Rashi. Cancer is not considered here, but Dhanu is considered. In Sagittarius. If Sagittarius or Aries is placed into the 12th house from the Karakamsa, that means Karakamsa should be in the Taurus Rashi. If the Karka is in the Taurus, then Aries will be the 12th house. Like this you imagine. Huh? And if it is occupied by Ketu, Ketu is a planet, final emancipation. Okay, it is a moksha character. That is, Ketu's nature is such that it takes you away from that particular house. Okay, if it is placed into the 4th house, he is not happy with the 4th house matter. If it is placed into the 10th house, he is not happy in the service. If it is placed into the 9th house, he will be dharmic. He will be prone for all rituals. All rituals. Okay. If it is in the 5th house, he may not get the child. He may not get the children. He may not having his own children. Like this, you work this particular dictum. So Ketu, wherever it is placed, it leaves, it lets, it allow you to go away from that house. 12th house itself is a house of emancipation. So naturally it is written that Ketu placed into the Aries and Dhanu. So Rashi is qualified. He will go for moksha because these two Rashis is the Aries is the exalted Rashi of the Sun and Dhanu is the Mool Trikon Rashi of your Jupiter. Okay. I think the first part of Jaimini Astrology is over, I think. So Raju is concerned. So this particular chapter is full now here. Whereas Raj Yoga, as per the placements in the houses. The Raj Yoga I will tell you tomorrow. Okay. Tomorrow I will tell you another which is based on the character, which is based on. This is very simple technique. This is particularly used by Dr. K. Rao. I will give that within 10-15 minutes. I will give it to you in the next class. Then I will launch myself to the Dasha, which is a very important topic for you. Because in your day-to-day life, सब बोलता है, so anywhere if you learn, if you know the Dasha, you knows all this. You can make the time easily. Okay. So this is how you can. Here only I am stopping myself. Otherwise, the content. You can talk now.
Yes, sir, when will we have the next class?
Saturday, or if you want earlier, I can do. In the working day, are you happy with working day or normal day? In the evening, I can take, or if you want the daytime also, you can take. But you might have been working in somewhere, so I am not suggesting that. For you write me, I can take any time during the day. The day, evening, anyway, anytime on the Monday to Friday, I can take, no problem. Make myself available.
No, it should be, I think, for everybody should also be.
Should also that is the intention. If they are
Yeah.
working in some institution, then they may
Yeah.
find it difficult to join on
Right.
in the evening if it is possible. Daytime I'm not suggesting, but if you are telling me to take at 8:30 or 9 o'clock or 7:30 for 1 hour, 1.5 hour, 1.5 hour, then I will be available. No
Sir,
problem.
weekend is good.
Weekend is good, no doubt. It is
Yeah.
already going on. It is already going on. No problem for me. I will complete your syllabus, no doubt. But if you want additional things on the daytime, it becomes a longer duration, then I will be available. If you suggest on any day, discuss among yourself. And if you thought that chalo sabka available hai, all are available on Wednesday, then you just talk to me or give me a suggestion that we can meet on on Wednesday. Okay, then we will meet that. No problem. Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Have a good day now.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.